Takes a couple seconds. All right, I think we're live now. It's saying
Uh,
that. Hello, hello. I believe that we have some people in here. What's going on, everybody? We got Gerald in the house tonight. Gerald, thank you for doing this. Seriously, appreciate it,
no
man.
doubt, brother. I appreciate you for having me, man.
So I think the first thing we should go over, because a lot of people know who you are, but a lot of people probably don't. If you want to just give your backstory about how you got into One Piece, how you blew up on the internet, went semi-viral, that could be
Yeah,
insightful, I think, to start off.
copy. Well, the internet thing just came out of nowhere. That just like came overnight. I wasn't even expecting that. That just got dropped on my lap. But as far as the One Piece concerned, I was really big into sports cards for like, not years, but I got into like maybe COVID era. I got into it. So one day I'm at Walmart and I'm buying like blaster boxes and little stuff like that. And I'm in line with these kids, and they're buying blaster boxes and stuff too. But they're also buying like these little packs, like little cartoons. Like today, I know what it is. It's One Piece, right? So they're buying these little packs. And I'm like, what's wrong with these kids? And they're not kids. They're like 22, 23 years old. So I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these kids buying these little cartoon stuff? But I didn't pay it no mind. We're talking sports, so we just exchange Instagrams or whatever. So 2 days later, I see the same kids at another Target, and they're buying more of these packs, and they're like celebrating, like, yes, we found these packs and this and that. And I'm just like, these kids need girlfriends or something. I don't know what's wrong with these guys, man. So I'm strolling, on Instagram. I run into PSA's page, and they're going over like their yearly numbers or quarterly numbers or whatever. And they went to TCG, and it was like the most graded, like TCG category or whatever. And One Piece was number 2. And I'm like, wow, I think One Piece, that's the thing that these kids was like picking up at the Target and the Walmart and stuff like that. So that kind of struck me. I'm like, damn, wow, there's a number 2 graded TCG. I've never heard of it before. I heard like the Yu-Gi-Ohs and the Dragons and all that stuff, but this thing's like brand new. So then I started just digging a little bit, going online, Googling One Piece, seeing what it's about, and thinking I'm going to find like cards and all that stuff, but I actually found other stuff like the political stuff and like the rebellions and stuff like that, and like with the story men and stuff like that. So that kind of intrigued me a little bit. So I started going onto eBay trying to find like the first cards. I said, you know what? Give it a shot. If this thing do what half of what Pokemon do, get in early, jump on early, and then hopefully one day you hear about Pokemon having cards like $2 million and $1 million. I say, hey, just give it a shot. You just never know. So I go on eBay. I'm looking at first edition. I'm looking at first year. Then I find out who the characters are. So I'm looking for the Luffy's and the Namis and stuff like that. So that's kind of where it started. Like, just taking a gamble. Like, I'll put a couple of $1,000 into it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. So that's kind of
Gotcha.
the One Piece thing.
So that's how you got into it. I'm sure a lot of people are curious too. How do you go from having a couple $1,000s in One Piece to eventually being on Chasing Cardboard, selling your entire collection and going all in on One Piece? How did that happen?
I just I seen it slowly but surely ticking. Like I seen it slowly but surely ticking. Like cars I was buying for like $30, and now they're like $70, and then slowly but surely like $120. So now I'm like, this thing might be real. So then I kind of like really jumped into it. At the same time, I was still buying sports cards, like big sports cards, but I was getting like the Luffy's, the mangas, and stuff like that on the side. And then one day I just said, you know what? Just take a shot. Like I noticed the cards I started buying, they're not like $200 no more. Now they're like $500, and then they're like $1,100. So I'm like, it's not just me. Like somebody else is seeing this thing. You know what I mean? So I said, it's time to go now. It's time to go. So I always have my sports cards on Instagram. Like if you go to my page, One Piece Hip Hop, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, all of my sports cards are still there. All of the Grail, all of the Steph Currys, all of the bronze. Like you can still see my whole entire sports card collection if you scroll to the bottom of the One Piece thing. So I reached out to Ty and on Chasing Cardboard because I watched the episode a couple of times. I said, listen, this is my collection. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'm thinking in no way they're gonna hit me back. I mean, instantly they got back to me like, well, we're interested. So it just went from there. So we was talking for maybe like a week or two or whatever. And they're really into like the backstories, like what's going on, why you selling. So I'm telling Ty, like, yeah, it's this new thing I want to do called One Piece. And he was like, what are you talking about, One Piece? I said, yeah, I'm gonna sell my collection and I want to put it into this thing called One Piece because I think it's really going to take off. And he thinks I'm absolutely crazy. He's just like, and at the same time, he's trying to talk me off the cliff. He's like, you sure this is what you want to do? I'm like, yes, I want to do. So that he starts digging, like as we're going over like how the show gonna go and what time you're gonna come over. So now he's sending me stuff, and then he's like, "Damn, one of my employees just told me about this thing called One Piece again," and then he started looking at numbers and this and that. So now he's like, "Damn, this is crazy." So he came over. We and the big thing about the episode was I didn't really want to make it about sports cards. I really wanted to make it about the One Piece because at this time I'm kind of like falling in love with the story now, like with the anime now, with Luffy now, and what it stands by. So I really wanted to make it about One Piece, and he was open to like making an episode about One Piece, not just a sports card thing. And the way it came out was just beautiful. It was the perfect platform. It was the perfect timing. The way they put it together, so it really just came together and just poof. It just it just took off, and from there, the episode aired and it just went bananas. Like it shook up the sports card world tremendously. Like I mean, people DMing me. People's like, "What are you doing? Why did you do that? You so crazy. You so stupid." Like it was just like the hate in the first like 2 weeks. The hate was like crazy. I mean, it was like it was crazy the first 2 weeks, but slowly but surely, people start coming around, start seeing what's going on.
I remember when that video went live, it actually showed up in my feed, and I'd never watched Chasing Cardboard before. And that was kind of when I thought to myself, okay, like if this kind of transition from the sports card world is happening, this could be huge for One Piece. I think in the video though, you do mention that you started to play the game, or you're more involved in your local scene now. Do you still play the game?
Yeah, actually, yes, I actually do play the game. Every Friday I'm there. Every Friday, the same guy. Actually, it's growing now. When I first got there, it was like 6 of us, maybe 7 of us. Now we come there, it's 20 of us, it's 24 of us. So now it's actually growing. Since the episode, a lot of new people was calling the store. They want to come down, they want to play. But that's how I really actually learned about the anime aspect of it too, like playing the card game. I went to the card store with the intention of buying cards only. It was a pure investment thing for me. I didn't care nothing about no anime, no cartoon, no Luffy, none of that stuff. But when I meet the guys and they're like, stop by one day, come play. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to go play, but see what they got and try to buy cards and stuff like that. But I'm really learning how to play the game. Like they're building me decks and they're giving me cards. Like, yo, listen, this and that. You know what I mean? And it turned out being real fun. Like my first game, I had like a real close match with somebody who was new to, and it was like, all right, let's do a rematch. You know what I mean? So then I just started playing the game, and the guys embraced me. Like the guys really made it fun. So that's where it went from there. So now I'm learning about Luffy through just hearing their conversations. Like they're talking about the anime and they're talking about the Nami and they're talking about the Sanji. And that's how I'm learning who the popular characters are. So it kind of helped me with the whole investing thing too, because now I know what to buy and who to buy. And I have the sports card knowledge. So I know to buy the rookie stuff. I know to buy like the limited stuff. I know to buy the stuff that's one per case. And like a lot of people don't really know that. Like from the sports card side, they really didn't know that. You know what I mean? So the serial cards and the prize cards. So it was just like, okay, this is easy. Let's just go. You know what I mean? So that's how the actual card game helped me. But I love the game. I played the game. I was playing the game way before I started watching the anime. Like I just started watching the anime. I'm like maybe like 15 episodes in. And it's just like, and now that's like really taking me over now. So it's just like, it's just a match made in heaven, man. I'm so glad I found it. I'm surprised I found it at 50 years old, but I found it though, which is the most important part.
I I kind of had a similar experience where for me, initially getting into One Piece was purely as an investment. I saw the potential there, but I started watching the anime as a way to just educate myself and learn more. And now being like almost 1100 episodes deep, it's an amazing piece of culture and the story is super deep. So
Yes.
for anyone who's just getting into One Piece, I absolutely recommend it. Speaking about some of the knowledge you have though, buying the rookie cards, the serialized cards. Do you have any heat that you want to show off to the people watching the live stream?
I got a little something, nothing too crazy. I got a little something. This is actually the first card I actually bought. Like I found out who the main character was, and I wanted the first card. So the first card I actually bought was the Luffy. Is it a glare? Can you see the card or?
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
alt art Luffy.
the first card I actually got was the pre-errata. I actually bought the errata. I didn't know no better. I've seen the card in one set of erratas. I'm thinking, oh, that must be the special one. That's the errata one. So I bought that one first. And then I seen a list and it said pre-errata. So now I go on YouTube and I watch this guy's video. and he goes over every errata, every pre-errata card. He's telling me what the errors were and stuff like that. Again, sports cards, it's always the error cards, it's always the no-name cards, it's always the, like, you know what I mean? So there's certain cards. So then I just got every single pre-errata or art there was. Like, I literally bought every single one. And at the time, it was expensive. Like, at the time, every pre-errata, from the Namis to the Luffy's to every one, I paid like $3,600. PSA 10, all of them. And I write the guy in the comment. I said, listen, I watched your video. I just bought them all. I paid $3,600. Let's see what happens in 5 years. Right? and not even a year later, like, one of them is worth $3,600. So the investment just turned out to be real good.
For anyone new watching right now, the pre-errata Luffy in a PSA 10 is going for, I think, like 7K, 8K on eBay right
Roughly
now.
7,500.
So
Roughly about 7,500. Yeah.
yeah, I think he did all right there. It's
Yeah.
pretty good investment.
I thought it
Uh,
would take
I-
5 years to get it back.
well, and who knows? 5 years from now, we could be talking like 20, $30,000. It's possible.
Hopefully,
It's
we'll see.
possible. I'm
Right?
not gonna say it's not. I did have someone want me to ask you, in your opinion, why do you mainly focus on the individual slabs as opposed to sealed product?
You know what? Coming from sports cards, like, that's all I knew. Like, I really didn't think sealed product. I kind of thought sealed product was for suckers, to be honest with you. Like, who's gonna buy a box of cards when you could have the card? Like, why would I buy a 86, was a 1986 Flair box, hoping to get a Michael Jordan when I actually have a PSA 10 Michael Jordan in my hand? So that was really my mindset. It wasn't nothing about investing and this and that. I really didn't start buying sealed until I started watching your show. And I mean, to be honest with you, and I'm not just saying that, but I've just really got into sealed. Like, as far as cases concerned, I only have 2 cases of 13 and I have 1 case of PRBO2. Like, that's how new I am to actual sealed product. You know what I mean? I don't
Mhm.
have cases of the older stuff. I wish I would have had. I bought a case of '05, ripped it. '09, ripped it. I was ripping cases of these sets. Like, you know what I mean? So I thought sealed products was like, well, who's going to buy a sealed product? People tamper with the boxes. They got the CT scanning. Like, nobody's buying this nonsense. But then I'm watching you every morning. I'm seeing, like, okay, the box is going up. And then you're giving the logic behind it, like the top 10 value, and you're putting the numbers behind it and the data behind it. So that's what really got me into the sealed thing. So I really just started buying like one of every box, and it was just like a display thing. So I do have one of every box except EBO1 and PRBO1. I have the blue bottom, I have all of that stuff. But now I'm getting into like the whole case thing and stuff like that and putting sealed product up. Like, but before I blew some. Do you know how many PRBO1s I ripped? It just like, oh my God. Like, but
It
I never
it
was a
hurts to
sealed
think back,
guy.
hey.
Yeah, it hurts. I mean, I was getting it for $129 a box. Like, I'm talking about my pre-release. I mean, we were just getting everything we wanted. And this is before everybody knew about the One Piece. So I done ripped so many OPO9s, OPO5s, you name it. I mean, packs all over the floor, just ripping through it, you know?
hmm By the way, guys, anyone in the chat watching, I've linked Gerald's YouTube, which is now at One Piece G,
Right.
and then also the Instagram is still One Piece underscore hip hop. Both of those links should be at the top of the description. We did have a super chat come in from our boy Eric at the start of the show. Luffy on deck. Let's go, boys. What a treat. Question, Gerald. Talk about your graded manga thesis and why you view them as cards that just won't go down and how you feel about them on the 5 year time frame.
Copy that. That's an easy one. Um, I look at the mangas, like, coming from the sports card, where anybody know anything about sports cards, the kabooms or like the cards, like the kabooms or like the high end cards or the downtowns. Not so much the downtowns, but the kabooms of the cards. So in my mindset, I'm like, imagine I have like, suppose you had every kaboom, every Kobe kaboom, every Michael Jordan kaboom, every kaboom. That collection would be worth so much money. So I deem these to be those cards. I deem these to be like the kabooms of the One Piece thing. So I put together the whole entire set. I have every single manga from every set. The only manga I'm missing is the OP13, the Luffy. I have the Sabo, I have the Ace, but I'm actually missing the 13. So that's my next one. Anybody out there with a clean raw copy, DM me, man. I need that. Look out for the OG. I took one for the team. Look out for me.
Are you looking for the red version or the regular version?
The red version to me is kind of like the red version to me is kind of like a SSP. It's kind of like something special. It's I don't really consider that the manga. Like the Gold D Roger didn't have a regular manga, so I did consider that as the manga. You know what I mean? But I do have the regular version mangas, and the red, one day if they come, they come. But I'm not going to chase a $20,000 card. You just don't know, like, you know what I mean. So if the time
Mhm.
come and the deal is right, I will grab them just for the collection, maybe just the Luffy. But I don't feel like that's the manga collection. I feel like that's like SSP, like the gold and diamond Luffy and like the gold Shanks and the buggy. I feel like that's like a whole separate category of the collector space, you know, which are big cards. Not that I don't want the cards; they are big cards, but I don't really consider that a part of my manga collection. And as
Right.
far as why I think they're not going to go down, it's just like, again, like taking it back to the sports card world, certain cards are just not going to be affected by the market swings. Like the Mantle, the rookie Mantle is a $10 million card. I don't care if the whole sports card world collapse tomorrow. It's never going to go back to $100,000 card. It's never going to go to a $500,000 card. It's never going to go to a $5 million card. Wayne Gretzky's rookie card is never going to be $500 again. Michael Jordan's 86 flares never going to be $7,000 again. So certain cards, the bigger cards, the Grail cards, like the '05 Manga, Luffy, the signed Oda, the Raja, the serial cards, those are not going to take the hits. Those SPs everybody's running around buying, like those will take the dips. Like you can get caught buying that card for 500 and it will be 300 one day. Like, you know, but the bigger cards, if you lose 15%, you can live with that and it's going to go back up, you know?
By the way, I know Eric's moving right now to Georgia, so I'm not sure if he's still watching, but Eric, if you're watching, hopefully that move is going well for you. And I think I agree with you. Like I think we're at a point now where we're never gonna see the May 2025 prices again with some of those mangas. They were just dirt cheap. Like I was talking about the OP11 Luffy manga a couple weeks ago, and it was $385 ungraded in the summertime. Sub
Yeah.
$400 for manga Luffy. I think now it's 12, $1,300 based on recent comps. So
You want to hear something funny? As I'm listening to your videos, when I hear you talk about those cards and I hear you say, it may dip a little bit. And I'm hearing you saying, you know, I don't believe this price is right. I'm like, no, buy the card. I'm trying to scream through the phone, tell everybody buy the cards. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I missed out on a couple things last year for sure, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it
Take
is.
the
It is what it is. You're not going
Yep.
to win them all. I missed out on some cards too that I'm kicking myself in the butt on too. Like I felt like I had time, like it'd be there. Like, you know what I mean? But you're not going to win them all. But, you know, but we should be happy with what we got, you know?
100%. Kool-Aid, thank you for the super chat, man. If you haven't sold any of your collection yet, despite probably a 10x return, if not more, at what price are you willing to, what are you likely selling? What are you waiting for? Use your Luffy Manga OPL5 an example at 17K today. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Listen, man, I believe in the One Piece. I believe in the culture of the One Piece. I believe in the anime. I believe in the manga. I believe it has a crazy global fan base. I don't believe One Piece is going anywhere, and I'm selling one card. This is the example I'm gonna give you. The 1986 Flair Michael Jordan today in the PSA 10 is probably about $230,000. You know what? Somebody 10 years ago sold it for $15,000, thinking they got a big profit. Don't be that guy. If you believe into it, hold on to it. You know what I mean? There's people who sold their Wayne Gretzky when it was $1,000 and they was jumping through the hoops. Like, I got $1,000 for it. Like, if you believe in it, hold it. I mean, I bought it with conviction. I bought it to hold it. So we're gonna see what happens, you know?
Yeah, I would agree with that for the most part for sure. Like if you go into an investment with a certain thesis and that thesis hasn't changed, you should probably just stick with what you have. I do think it's fine though. Like if you say you have 10 sealed cases of booster boxes you're up 400% on, might be a decent time to sell a couple of them, take a little bit of profit there. Like that's fine. But for a lot of people, it really is and I mean, when we talked with Alex a couple weeks ago, he now owns 15 black labels out of 68, by the way. There's a new black label Roger on the market. For
Uh,
him, it's something where he just has no intention of ever selling. And a lot of people getting into these mangas, it's the same deal. They just will never sell.
See, me, I'm a pure collector by heart. Like, I don't have like, I don't. I bought the pre-order Luffy when it's $600. I had the money to buy 10. Like I buy one of everything. I have a collection. Like this is my collection. I didn't buy 5 Manga Luffy's. I didn't buy 5. Now the other day I hit this card. Like I have this card in the PSA 10, right? The other day I hit it out of a pack, maybe like a month ago in the mall. I posted a video on my YouTube. I have a double now, right? So I get it graded. Let's say it's worth 2,000, 3,000. Will I sell that one card or trade it for something else? Yes, I would do that. But as this card goes up, I'm not going to sell it. Like this is in my collection. Like I have a one piece collection, you know, so I don't have like multiple copies of cards. Like that's why I don't sell cards. I want the cards. I like the cards. I buy the cards that I enjoy. I buy the cards that I like, you know, so that's why I don't sell cards.
By the way, that is the most gas video that you've ever put out. That I laughed so hard when I watched that. Like the first pack out of a vending machine. Did
Insane.
anyone did anyone call you out and say that that was a fake video or think that
Not
it
no
wasn't
one,
legit?
absolutely no
No.
one. But in the comments, I got people like I actually posted the actual vending machine video one time on my story without me ripping it. And everybody like, well, you stupid. Why would you buy dead pack? You're the dumbest guy ever. You're supposed to be so smart and you're buying dumb dead packs out of a vending machine, but they don't know that I hit that big card. So I'm like laughing to myself, like, you know, but there's no way to stage it. Like, you know, I don't work for Bandai. I don't get loaded packs, you know what I mean? So that was crazy. It was insane, insane hit.
I think that's such a good example too as to why I feel like the conversation about things being unmapped is so overblown. Like there are so many booster boxes and products out there that are coming from big box stores or large LGSs who just aren't trying to pull the manga and sell dead boxes. So I think in the future you're gonna see a ton of that. People buying from vending machines or a random sleeve pack or a loose box. It's going to be a thing for sure.
You got to be careful with like the eBay guys though. Like you got to be careful with a guy who buys a case, rips it, get 2 or 3 big cards, and then sell the rest of the dead boxes. But for the most part, you go to your local store to get 30, 40, 50, 60 cases. They're not digging in and trying to find this box and try to sell you this. Like, you know what I mean? Some of these guys been in business for 30 years, 25 years. One piece is the next thing, and then someone's going to come after that, and someone's going to come after that. You know what I mean? So they're not doing it like that. But the YouTubers and stuff like, not YouTubers, but like the eBay guys and all that stuff that's got 1 or 2 boxes on, I'll be careful with that. And packs, I would never ever buy like loose packs over like eBay or
Yeah,
anything like that. You know, let's
100%.
say like the blister sleeves, like in Target or something like that. Those are like the only loose packs I would ever buy.
Yeah, I would agree. Loose packs, big no go. If
Don't do
it's
that.
sleeved, you want to open it. I think that's a little bit better. Health with Diego. Thank you for the super chat, man. G has been a big topic at the shows here in Texas. Tons of dudes getting in because of that video, changing the hobby. There you go, Gerald. You are actually changing the hobby,
Man,
100%.
I appreciate it. I thank you guys for the love. I thank you guys for the support, man. You know, I didn't mean to change the hobby. Like it was more like I wanted to get the story out there. I wanted to get the One Piece out there, and this thing just fell in my lap. Like the episode just it just took off and just did what it did. You know what I mean? But I get that from all over. I get people from all over the world. I'm getting DMs from Malaysia, Australia, and I'm saying everywhere. I'm getting emails about that episode though, man. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
We have one more question here. Super chat, Card no Kami. Thoughts, Japanese exclusive serials and mangas. What do you think, Gerald?
The only Japanese I collect are Japanese exclusive and serial cards. So he's on board with that one right there. I think the Japanese if there's a Japanese market out there, you know, in Japan, One Piece is humongous, you know, but as far as over here in the States, as far as investment purposes, I mean, if you're just a pure collector and you love the art, then have at it. Like they're much cheaper, just grab them. But if you're buying them to like one day get a return from them or one day make money from them, like the Japanese exclusive, I would grab those because some of those cards will probably go up. And anything you can get serial number, grab it. I don't care if it's Korean, Chinese. I don't care if it's Japan, Japanese. Get the serial stuff because that stuff is going to actually go up in value. In my personal opinion, not financial advice, please. In my personal opinion.
I would tend to agree with that. Like, I think Japanese exclusives, Chinese exclusives, even Korean, whatever, right? Like alt language, French, the
The French
um
treasurers are like,
French treasurers, yeah.
right? Like, yeah,
There are ways to go about it, but I think if you can get the card in English and another language, probably just best to stick with English.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
by the way, guys, anyone, and sorry to cut you off, G. Anyone in chat, if you have a question, put question in caps before it. It'll be a lot easier for us to find it in the chat too. That helps us out a ton. Thank you. Let's just go through here. Let's see. I think Sean's calling you Diamond Hands too.
Wait a minute. Before we go any further, listen. My man Grayson is about 50 followers short of 10,000. And when this thing is over, I need 50 people to go there and follow this channel. If we don't get 10,000 a day, man, I'll be highly
I
upset.
think I
Did you
think we're
crack the
actually
10,000 or no?
there.
You crack it or
We
no?
might we might
Can you
be there
check it
now.
now or no? Can you check it?
Let me check. Let me open YouTube. We might be there.
Come on, guys, support. The man wake up every day, make
It
these
it
videos for
says
us.
10K. It says 10K. I think we're there now actually.
We did it. Congratulations. Congratulations, my brother, on 10K,
Yeah.
man. Happy for you, man.
Thank you, man. I mean, you've played a role in it for sure, so I can't take all the credit. And everyone here watching, and subscribing and leaving comments, like it's been crazy. I just make the videos, so
Well
if people don't
deserved.
watch them,
Well deserved, man.
thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Let's take a couple questions here. This is from JSal Design. Do you ever fear that being priced out of the hobby, especially when it comes to newer releases? Do you ever fear about being priced out of the hobby?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the cat is out the bag. Like the gig is up for everybody. Like I'm to the point now where I'm priced out. I'm not buying cases at $3,500, but I used to get cases for 1,400, 1,300. So now the cards I want, I just buy the singles. Like for fun, I will rip because coming from the sports card world, like Topps Chrome basketball is $800. The Jumbo's $1,300. Immaculate and flawless. I mean, we're talking about $5,000 boxes. So, in the big scheme of things, one piece is still cheap. I don't care if it's a $200 box. It's still cheap in the big scheme of things coming from where I come from. So when I got into the one piece thing, I'm going to the card shop and he's saying, "Oh, $125." I'm like, "Oh, give me five." Like it was just so cheap to me. But it's getting to the point now where I'm not getting the cheap cards like I was before. So everybody's getting priced out. Not just the little guy, the big guys are getting priced out. Like I remember buying the Zorro manga for like $867 in PSA 10, and I was mad that the guy ripped me off. The next week I saw it again, it was like $825, and I'm kicking myself in the butt. Why you bought this card? Those days is over. There's no more $800 mangas. There's no more $1,000 mangas. There's no more $2,000 mangas in PSA 10. So we all priced out. We all priced out. The gig is up. Like, you know what I mean? The cat's out the bag. So it just is what it is at this point, you know?
Yeah, especially on the older stuff too. Like the Shanks manga I know is up to 7, 8K in a 10. Might even be more than that. I haven't
It's
checked in a
like
while.
74. I think it's like 74 right now. Yeah.
The Gear 5 manga Luffy, like it's going to be difficult for those cards to ever come back down to where they were. And,
Yeah.
the unfortunate part is if you didn't get them, it's going to be much more expensive if you want to get in now. But I will say, at least as a positive for people who are trying to get into the hobby, right? Like I guess it depends how you define hobby. If you want to play the TCG, it's still very it's not costly to build a deck. Let's just leave it at that. Like $100, $200, you can probably build most competitive decks, which, for a hobby, only spending a couple $100, that's not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, I play the game. So speaking on that topic, I play the game actually. And I hear a lot of guys in my comments like, "Oh, you scalpers came in. The average guy can't build a deck now, this and that." My thing is for every $10,000 manga, there's the $15 card that does the same thing. I mean, if you want to play with the higher quality decks and you want to bling out your deck, then that's something you're going to just have to pay and just get. But I mean, the cards are still, you can build your decks for so cheap, like you said, $200 to build a deck, like, you know. So I don't think the
Mhm.
players are ever going to get priced out of the game. The collectors now getting priced out, but the players, you could rip two booster boxes and you'll probably get every card you need for your deck from every set. Like, you know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. You've heard it here first, guys. Heck yeah. G is awesome. Bookie, thank you for stopping
Thank
by. And I agree. I agree.
thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Question, is Gerald retired now? That's from Jason.
No, actually, I'm not retired, man. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day soon. I'm not retired. I actually got 8 more years to go. Unless this thing like takes off and you guys retire me. But no, I'm not retired. I still work full time. Everybody wants to know what I do for a living. I'm gonna finally break the news to the world. I'm actually a correction officer. I actually work at a jail. You
There
know,
you
so
guys
I got
go.
4 years on the job. I got 8 more to go. So I'm in there all day, rustling, tuffling. And at night, I'm playing with cartoon characters and looking at cards.
By the way, guys, let's help make that a reality. Gerald's YouTube is linked top of the description. Go give him a subscription, and you're gonna start posting more, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start posting more. I'm gonna try to get into some things. I got a podcast in mind I'm thinking about doing where I kind of like want to bring like the culture to One Piece. You know, my name is One Piece Hip Hop, so people like think it's still, I just want to bring a little culture to it. People think One Piece and anime overall it's just for like geeks or nerds or people that have been bullied their whole life and this and that. But it's the farthest thing from the truth. Like there's a lot of people that watches One Piece and collects One Piece that you won't even have a clue. Like there's artists, there's rappers, there's NBA players, there's NFL players. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's doctors. I got people jumping in my DM all the time. That's like real, just average Joe guys, macho guys, or whatever you want to call guys. So I kind of want to bring the culture to One Piece. I want to do a podcast and bring on some of those guys who's truly into the One Piece and get their story because I want people to understand that this is not just for kids or for little shy people or little geeky people or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get that in my DM all the time. I was picked on, I was laughed at because I watched One Piece my whole life. And because of you, now it's a cool thing or whatever. But it is a cool thing. It's always been a cool thing. But now I want to bring that to like the global stage. Like, Tom Brady's not a geek. You know what I'm saying? Like Jazz Chisholm from the Yankees, he wears a Luffy on his cleats. He got the Luffy chain on. Like he's not a geek. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's tons of people out there that love this one thing piece just like everybody else. So I want to bring those stories to the world and show people that, the One Piece thing is real, it's real bigger than what people think it is. So I don't want to just like push product. I actually want to push the One Piece culture, and that's really my thing.
100%. I think that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I know I've worked with some people who they're really deep into it, but just because of their profession or whatever, they don't wanna tell people that they're into cards, which I think
Yeah,
is kind
I'm a
of a bit
correction
silly,
officer,
but
man. I know what you're talking about. Like, I'm a correction officer. I'm a big guy. I'm tussling and wrestling all day. One day somebody throwing piss on me. One day, like it just is what it is. Like you know what I mean. Like my profession is like you know what I mean. You got to be what you got to be, but at the same time, Luffy's the king of the pirates, man. I'm one of the pirates at the end of the day. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Sabbath is in here too. Question: how excited are you for the sports collabs such as the college basketball promos and past Dodger Luffy promo? What do you think?
I think it's great. I think it's amazing, especially for the collectability side, like for the investor card side. You can't ask for nothing bigger than that. And it really just shows again to what I just spoke on about the culture, how the culture is so involved with One Piece. Like One Piece is not an isolated thing. One Piece is not like a little kids anime. Like, for basketball players to come out and in the NBA to come out, now they got a college card to come out and hopefully they get a World Cup card to come out. It's just going to grow and grow and grow and just bring more eyes to it. So I really love the fact with the sports collabs. I'll tell you right now, Bandai, you heard it here first. If you ever do a Steph Curry or LeBron James One Piece card, the world's gonna just we go through the roof. It's gonna break the whole internet.
You're really speaking to the people here. Cardinal Kami again. Geez, speaking man. For the culture.
For the culture, man, the One Piece culture, man. A lot of guys out here, they just want to push products. They want to pump cards. They want to dump cards. And I got my
That's
eye on
me.
the guys too. We got something for them coming up too. But you know what I mean? For now, we want to push the culture, man. It's all about the One Piece, about the story, man, because it's a real deep story. What's going on all over the world? It's happening to everybody, man. There's oppression everywhere. There's corrupt people everywhere. There's kids getting bullied everywhere. And it's a real thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a real thing. Like, the One Piece could really, like, change the direction that the whole world's going to. And I truly believe that.
100%. I wonder who this person. Do you know who this person is? Just a
That's
random
my
commenter.
beautiful wife right there. That's my beautiful wife right there, Nicole. Mwah, I love you, baby.
What sets are more likely to survive a reprint? I'll actually, um, I don't really want to comment on this too much. I've heard some interesting things over the past week from some people who may or may not know something. I think people are gonna be. I'll just say this. I would say anything OPO5 or earlier, you're safe on for sure at this point,
thousand
and
percent,
maybe even later than that.
1000%. And on the
Hmm.
collector side, like that's like the sealed product side. On the collector side, even if they reprint '09, how many Gold Rogers they're going to reprint? You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
how many of these big cards are going to going to reprint. So on the collector side, even a reprint is not going to be so bad, because if you look at other TCGs, if you want to compare it to Pokemon, like some of these cards got 50,000 PSA pop 10, 40,000 PSA pop 10. Let's say worst case scenario, Bandai printed to the moon and we get 3,500 maybe. Like, is that still like a crime? Like, to have 3,500 PSA 10s compared to some TCGs that got 50,000 PSA 10s, you know? So it's what it is, man. The game is so new. The game is so scarce. Like, it just is what it is, you know? But it's not going nowhere.
I think too, if they print any of the popular sets again, OP09, OP11, obviously OP13, it's not going to matter, guys. That is going to be scooped up within like a week everywhere. So,
No, you should be praying. The guys out there, you should be praying that they reprint them because you're priced out now. We all priced out now. Don't sit there and say, no, Bandai's going to run the game. So you better hope they reprint, because you're never going to get those cards. At least you got a chance again to pull a Gold Roger or pull a Older Sig. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should hope they reprint them. I mean, I have the Grails. Like, a reprint for me would make my stuff dip, but I still want them to reprint them. I just want everybody to get a piece of it. You know what I mean? Reprint them, because they're going to go back up eventually anyway. It's going to take a little temporary hit. You got to ride the waves. You got to take the ups with the downs. You can't just have and just sell and just get scared. You got to ride the waves if you believe in it long term, you know?
mhm. This is a really good question too. Do you only collect PSA or do you also chase BGS?
Good question. Coming from sports cards, PSA was king. Like, you couldn't give away a BGS 9.5. BGS 9.5, you use like an ashtray, just dump the ashes on it, or put it under the table, like if you got an unbalanced table. So coming into the TCG world, maybe that was one of my mistakes, just going all out PSA, grading PSA. Like, who knows in the future if it's going to be a mistake or not. But BGS do hold a premium in the TCG world. I'm seeing now, especially in the One Piece world. And I think that's really because of the black label chase. I think if the black label thing was off the table, PSA will run circles around BGS. But the black label thing is kind of like making it a thing. And to be honest with you, I bought my first BGS slab last week. I bought my first slab as a BGS 10 of the third anniversary winner. I saw one online for a real good price. And I grabbed it and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trade it to somebody for a PSA 10 and get $200 for it, just to make it even cheaper. But my whole collection is PSA. I don't like the bulky slabs, the big square slabs. You know, PSA got the sleek look. So I'm a PSA guy, but at the end of the day, the market is the market. The market says BGS is higher, so you make the decision from there. You know, it's all preference, you know.
100%. I agree. Like, collect. I got a lot of pushback because I said I don't like CGC slabs. I think they look terrible. They got that big label in there, but
I shit. I wouldn't even put the ashes on the CCC. I don't think so.
Triforce 1311. Question: what is your opinion on SPs, Gerald? Is that a good buy these days?
SPs are actually an excellent buy. Now, when you say these days, it throws something into the twist, because these days they're overpriced. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the SPs are two per case. So you do the math. The products are very short printed as it is. And then if you go into like the EBs and the PRBs, they're even shorter printed. So the SPs will always have low pop counts. The SPs probably going to always be sought after. But right now, the price is just so crazy. Like, it's ridiculous. Like the Zorro SP that just came out, like pre-releases last night, and I see some Zorro SP selling for 785 for 800. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. Me myself,
Mhm.
I bought one last night for 500. Like, it just is what it is. I believe in the card. I know where the card's going to go. It's a Zorro Sanji card, it's an SP, but the price is actually ridiculous. Like, the average collector is actually priced out. But as far as SPs, like, that is the way to go if you can't do the manga thing. Underneath the manga thing would be the SPs, you know? Those will go up in time. As you can see how they're going up now, like the Boa and the Namis and all that stuff. You see where they're going. But now, it's just like this. The price is just insane right now, you know?
Yeah, I think it's tough. You really are paying for something that's up 4 or 5, even a 10 or 1,000%, right, over the past 12 months. So they're
Yeah,
great cards. I would agree. Like below the mangas, you have all the SPs in there. Even some alt arts, I feel like people are sleeping on. But
yeah.
that's yeah. I mean, if you want to
It's some
build a
beautiful
collection,
art arts, but they're in abundance. Like you're not gonna have a problem finding the art arts. If you want rarer cards, I would go with the SP just by mathematics, just by odds. Like you know what I mean? Long term, you gotta just think that those would be less pop, like the SPs, because they're two per case. And sometimes it's 3 characters or 10 characters and two per case and 10 characters, you really got a lower shot of really getting it, you know. So that's my take on the SP, just for like the odds and stuff like that.
100%. Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, if you're trying to build a collection, a lot of these alt arts are still fairly cheap of really cool characters. Like, you can find Roger alts, Whitebeard alts for 15, $20 ungraded. So if you're just trying to build a collection, there
Go
is a
get
way
the
to go.
SP, go get the secret art arts. Those are kind of rare too. People don't understand. Like those are a little rarer than the other ones. So I'm letting y'all now go get the secret art arts now and get them while they're low before those blow up too.
Austin, what's up, man? If I am new to One Piece, am I too late to invest in some of the sets like OPO5 or OPO9? Or would you wait to see what happens with the market? What do you think, Gerald?
Don't wait. Don't wait. These going to just keep going up. You got to look at it like this. Like if you're investing in One Piece in today, right now, you had to do your homework already. You have to believe in it. You have to know it's going to be around. Like you have to know long term where it's going to be. So what you think is expensive now, you're going to think you stole it in 10 years. Like like I said, I thought the guy ripped me off when he sold me the Zoro manga for $800 and something dollars, PSA 10. Like, you got to get in where you could get in. I mean, don't be reckless and buy everything you can buy. Don't be reckless, but do the research. Like, buy the rare sets. Like you said, the OP505, the OP09, those are two perfect sets. It's going to sting a little bit to put the money out to grab it, but grab it. You know what I mean? Like, just don't be scared, because if you think it's, in that case, you're buying it with the mindset of the game's going to fail if you don't believe it's going to go up. So don't buy it if you believe the game is going to fail. If you truly have conviction in it, buy it at the price, put it away, and just visit it back later on, and you're going to be laughing.
By the way, Austin, I feel like we talked about this, but the older stuff right now, I think you're probably safe from reprints. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he knows. Austin's doing some really interesting things with actually building a fund around TCGs. So, yeah, no, One Piece. I think it's here to stay, guys.
Yeah. And
I'll be
if we
honest.
hit the 5 year mark, like my thing is still risky. Every investment is risky. Like every investment is risky. But for the most part, with 3 years in, I say if this thing goes to the 5 year mark, then I really think that like we kind of like safe. You know what I mean? We got to get through another 2 years of how things are going to be and find out about the reprints and find out how Bandai is going to handle the game and find out if the tournaments are going to flop it now. But if we get through 2 more years of this thing, we get to the 5 year mark, I think we'd be just fine. We'd be here for a long time.
I think they're gonna get there too. They have so much to pull
So
from.
much going on, just so much going on, you
Yeah.
know.
Question. This is from yogurt covered pretzels are great. I would first of all tend to agree with that. I love yogurt covered pretzels, but okay, do you think One Piece will retain value past the completion of the manga, or do you think you'll sell off before the finale?
Nah, I think after the manga, there's always could be a spinoff. Like the thing with athletes, like you can never watch Michael Jordan in his prime play again. You could never watch Kobe Bryant, he passed away, play again. You could never watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Man, 30 years from now, somebody could do a remake of anime. They could do a remake of One Piece. Like Luffy's always going to be there. Like they can always do a spinoff. They could always bring it back. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think One Piece is going nowhere. Even if you take the anime out of it, throw the anime in the garbage, and throw Pokemon anime in the garbage, and throw the cards in the garbage, the culture is still there. The movement is still there. People never want to forget about the One Piece. Those people who were bullied as a child and who looked up to Luffy, and those people who were out in the streets and holding up the Jolly Roger flag, they're never going to forget those moments. Those moments are timeless. So the One Piece would never go nowhere. And that's
By the way,
something all the other TCGs.
was it you that posted the Kobe manga on
Yeah,
Instagram?
yeah. Kobe got to break Kobe back for the manga. We break the internet. Bandai print that card, break the internet.
No, I agree. Like I think there'll be value after the manga ends. That's even outside the conversation of having maybe there being a spin-off or something. I mean, you never know. Like, I don't think that's super likely. Oda kind of seems like the guy where the story ends, that's going to be it for him. But um, even if you look at something like Harry Potter, right? There are very expensive collectibles for Harry Potter that even to this day, 15, 20 years after the end of the story there, are worth a lot. And there are fans that still want to collect every new thing that comes out. So I think that we have a long ways to go before we even have this conversation. And by a long ways to go, I mean at least a decade.
Right. I feel the same way. Like I feel like it's not going. I'm not worried at all. At all.
Question here: what deck you playing in OP14?
Well, I was a Shanks guy forever, the '09 Shanks, but I just been getting, I guess, power crept out. Like Shanks is being me killed the last couple of sets. So I just recently got into the Green Zoro. I've been playing that for like the last maybe month and a half, the last 6 weeks or so. So I don't really switch my decks. I'm not one of those guys. Well, in the meta, this one's going to be good this time, and we're going to play this one that time. I don't do that. I try to stick on my deck, and I just try to play and just try to beat every deck I could beat. Because you go into a tournament, you don't know who you're going to play. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just build a deck that you feel like got a chance to beat everybody, like a 50-50 against everybody. That's the kind of deck I play. So I'm running the Green Zoro. I'm going to keep running the Green Zoro. But when that EBO3 come out, I think I'm going to test the waters with that blue-red Vivi. I think I'm going to test the waters with that.
Question here too. How are you enjoying the One Piece as a franchise, the manga, TCG, etc.?
Well, the TCG I'm loving. The TCG I'm loving. The anime, like I said, I'm new to that. I watched the live action. I thought the live action was great. I love the live action that was on Netflix. So I got through the whole live action. Season two's coming up. I just started the manga. I mean the anime. Like I said, I'm in like 12 episodes in. I'm at where they like helping Yasop and not Yasop Usopp when they trying to raid his village and stuff like that. So I'm up to that part right now where they're doing that. So we'll see. I'm here. The story's crazy. I hear the rise crazy. A lot of people saying just get through like the first 40 or 30 episodes, and once you get through that, it start taking off this and that. But I don't even see the first 12 being boring. I don't know what people are talking about though, but I've heard that a lot though. You just got to get through the beginning, and then it'll take off. So I'm here for it, and I'll keep you guys updated as I get through it and get to different stories and get to different arcs and all that stuff. I'll give you guys updates on what I think about it.
For me, I feel like it really picks up after Marineford. So 400,
Is that
500 episodes in.
how deep is that into it?
About halfway. About halfway. Maybe like a
That
third of the
long?
way, actually. Third of the way, let's say.
Okay, got you.
The story just gets so deep. Like, I mean, at least for me, like the first few arcs are cool, but really when he starts building on everything, you're getting layers and layers deep in terms of, just the backstories of people. I've really enjoyed it. Like I just finished Wano, going towards Egghead, so yeah, it gets better, like every step of the way, in my opinion.
I hear that term a lot, like this arc and that arc, and I'm not really there yet to understand what they're talking about. So, like, when do the arcs begin, and what exactly an arc?
I think an arc's just kind of like, I don't even know the proper terminology to use, but to me it's kind of just like part of the story, right? Like they're going to a different island or whatever, right? So it's kind of just how it's broken down. And I think like with the manga, there's so many chapters in a certain arc, right? So someone's gonna come in the comments and
Yeah,
educate us, but
help us out, man, help us out, guys.
let's find a couple more questions here. Question: a lot of people mentioning 5 to 10 years. What do we think after the anime? We kind of already answered this. I think we're probably like a decade away from really having this conversation, in my opinion. I mean, maybe faster if the story ends in like 2 to 3 years, but you got to think that Netflix is gonna milk this for a fairly long period of time, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a
Hmm.
movie they're working on too. I'm hearing rumors of a movie, a One Piece movie. So that'll really push things too.
They're redoing the anime as well. They're gonna make it a lot shorter, so when that comes out, it's gonna be easier for people to actually get into the story.
Copy.
Question: with Ken Golden and others hinting at asset managers going to enter collectibles and setting up funds, he mentioned TCG in 2026. What are your thoughts in the aspect and recent buyouts? I can take this, if you're fine with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've I've worked with a couple people who are asset managers who are looking to get into One Piece, so I see it happening, and also Pokemon as well. Like pretty much all the major TCGs are going to get hit. I mean, it just makes sense in my in my opinion. Like we're at a point now where owning a home is becoming less realistic for a lot of people, and you're gonna have all these middle-aged human beings that aren't starting families, that aren't owning homes. They're going to want to own something, right? And I think collectibles are going to be one of those kind of logical places where people put money.
Copy.
Hmm.
I look at it a little different. Like I look at it like a TCG is a TCG. Like when I hear people talk about the TCG, compare it to the stock market and this and that, those are two different worlds. If gas prices go up tomorrow, food go up tomorrow. If there's a war in another country, like the borders are shut down. Like I can't really relate. Like I think this is like a hobby more. Like I really can't see it like how can I say like a solid hardcore. It's not like gold, like you can't buy food with it and stuff like that. So I kind of try to separate the two between like stock market, like you said, homes and stuff like that. Like you can't live in a booster box. You can't live in a in sealed products. So I kind of like separate the TCG and the card game from like real world stuff like oil and gold and wars and stuff like that. But I mean, like I hear people say, "Oh, One Piece is outpacing."
Uh-oh. Did we lose Gerald, guys? Hopefully not. All right, we're
eh,
back. We're back. I think we cut out a little bit.
Copy.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, I
that's
kind of
that's fair though.
you know.
Hmm. Question. By the way, Gerald, how are we doing on time? Like, do you have a strict cutoff?
No, I'm set. I'm good. I'm free all
All
day.
right, cool, cool, cool. We'll keep going then. What are your thoughts on OP12 as a set? It seems undervalued at the moment compared to other sets. Do you like OP12?
I mean, the Bonnie's in there. I mean, the Bonnie's in there. What's that? Is it the Teach SSP? Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the set per se. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Bonnie's a good manga. Like, I want the manga, but I mean, it is undervalued. I mean, get it now because it's one of the cheaper sets. Like, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why I would tell somebody to get it because it's one of the cheaper sets. But as far as like collectability, as far as like the art, and as far as like things like that, like I don't really think it's like the greatest set or whatever. But like you said, the value would go up as the manga go up, as the teach go up. Like the set would go up. You know what I mean? But I don't really think it's like a great set. Like 13 was a great set, 5 was a great set, 9
Mm-hmm.
was a super great set.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a middle of the road set. It was a super safe place to park your money when the boxes were like $100,
One time the
$110.
cases were like 9.99 one time, like on TCG. Like, and I'm so bad I didn't grab one of them things. That's how bad I think the set is. Like I've seen it at 9.99 and still didn't grab it. So that's what I think about OP12. But investment wise, would it have been a good investment? Yeah, it would have been a good investment.
I see it being middle of the road. Like I think there's some really cool cards in here. I like the SPs, just kind of like the style. Zoro, you have an ace. Demon Aura, Nine Sword Style, Asura Blade, Straw, and Dead Man's Game in there as well. By the way, I had people tell me that this is now Buff Burst. That's how you pronounce it in French. So thank you guys for correcting me on my pronunciation. But yeah, I think it's middle of the road. It's
Middle.
never going to be like an A tier or S tier, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, at the moment, I mean, is it undervalued? Maybe you could say yes. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you could say yes, but as you know, that the next month or two, it's going to rise. So just jump on it now.
I think a good comparison would be looking at like '06 and '07, where those sets are. I think OP12 is going to get there as well. I
Yeah,
actually I rate 12 higher than both of those. That's just me personally.
got you.
Jollibee, what's up, man? Question, not really a question. Okay. You baited me. You baited me, bro. I agree with us. Okay, it's probably a lot cheaper now to build a deck, especially if you want to play a deck that's not playing. Yeah, for sure, right? Like Gerald was saying, it's not super expensive to build one.
Like I hear the guys like the scalpers are pricing this out, but they just complain and just whining. The scalpers are not pricing out the players. I know this for a fact because I play the game. Like I have a massive One Piece collection, and my deck might cost $150. I got guys that got $700 decks and $900 decks. Like I don't know why. Like why are you playing with like what I mean, all expensive alt arts and stuff like that? To each his own. You know what I mean? But if you wanted to play with a bare minimum deck, you can. Like you're not getting priced out of playing the game. Once in a blue, like EBO1 might have had two SRs that you only could get in there, and they were, let's say, expensive $70, like once in a while. But that's not the scalpers pricing you out. That's the set having that one SR. You know what I mean?
I think the Kuma here is a good example. I mean, this is like $45 on TCG Player, so it does happen, but at the same time, I think a lot of people, and I'm gonna get heat for this. A lot of people love being professional victims on the internet. I saw the same thing with the Pokemon boom last year. Everybody was saying scalpers were pricing out people playing the TCG, like the hobby's ruined. Guys, it was you could build a deck for like $50 back then in Pokemon. It's a little bit more expensive in One Piece, but if you want to play the game, it's not super costly.
Yeah.
Question: what do you think about the fact that One Piece prices are going way higher, way quicker than Pokemon prices when it started in the early days?
That's because in the early days, like when Pokemon cards came out, the kids were actually kids, like the 8 years old and 9 years old. Nobody had $2,000 to buy a card. Like when One Piece came out, remember the card game been around for 30 years. So these people are grown men now that have $2,000 and $3,000 to buy the cards. Like, you know what I mean? They're the same fan. When I heard like Pokemon has nostalgia, One Piece has nostalgia, there was just never a TCG. There was just never a place to like buy the cards. You know what I mean? So grown men now have the opportunity. Somebody who's been watching it for 30 years, who has the nostalgia effect, also has the money and the budget to do it. So that's why the cards are that expensive. People are able to buy them because it's not a kid thing, you know? There's grown men buying these cards.
Did you ever think about getting into Pokemon at all?
You know what? When I was buying sports cards, I used to go to Target all the time. And I used to see the sports card section filled to the T and everybody fighting over the Pokemon stuff, right? So once in a blue, I would go to Target at 11 o'clock at night and I would see a box of Pokemon stuff. Not interested in Pokemon in one bit, but I used to just buy one and just put it up in the closet. And I would buy one and put it up in the closet. One day, I think my anniversary came up and I'm looking at my closet and I see like all these boxes and I'm seeing YouTube, but not YouTube, Instagram, people saying, oh, the boom, the boom, the boom. So just for nothing, I just went and looked at the prices and I might have had like $5,000 worth of like Pokemon boxes up there. And I just sold the whole thing. I just bought my wife some earrings and something for her anniversary. So it was just like, that's the extent of my Pokemon career, you know?
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I would say too, like, um, in terms of what's going on over the past couple years, obviously Pokemon prints way more than One Piece. They're printing so many more boxes, so many more ETBs, cards, just in general. And I think we really just had a massive supply issue in One Piece. A year ago, really no one was in the hobby. Like when I would talk about One Piece on my main channel, the Pokemon one, which is still, by the way, the main channel by a couple thousand subs, but that might change this year.
Taking that
Um,
over.
e- Everyone thought I was crazy for getting into it, but now we're at a point where there's so much value in some of these boxes, top 10 cards, and there's just not a lot out there. I mean, if they told us how much they were actually printing, or if someone wants to reverse engineer it, I mean, maybe you could with their revenue numbers. I don't know, but I think we'd get to a point where we realize there's just not a ton out there, especially for some of these short printed sets like EBO1, Pillars of Strength, even. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I never really could get into the Pokemon thing, the anime thing. The One Piece itself, like the story of the One Piece and stuff like that, kind of like drew me into this. I never imagined 100 years I'll be watching an anime, like I'll be watching a live action thing on, you know. So it's more like the story of it, like really brought me into it. Not so much like the cards and stuff like that. The story was like something else. The cards was just investment, just investment. But the One Piece itself, like, is something different.
Did you get your coworkers involved?
Now I got one. Now I got one. My boy Ken, like he ended left and right. He kicking me. He mad at me. Why didn't you tell me about this 9 months ago? Why you tell me about 8 months ago? I said, bro, I tried to tell you, you wasn't gonna listen to me anyway. You know. Even when OP13 came out and 9 was still relatively cheap, I said, yo, bro, buy a boxer, buy a case of OP09. This one was like $2,100 and buy a case of OP09. He was just, oh man, it's pretty expensive. And you just see kid go up and up and up and up. And eventually he broke and bought one at like 3,500 or 3,600 or something like that. I said, you were gonna listen to me, I told you to, man.
Yep. Hmm. It was the same for me. Like I tried to get one of my best friends in OP13 pre-orders. Pre-orders, guys. The boxes were 140. I said, "Look, like this is going to be the biggest no-brainer decision of your life. You just buy one of these and wait." But
and, and you golded.
even today, I feel like some people just aren't convinced it's going to be a thing. So, yeah, crazy.
Man.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find some more questions here. What's your take on the toxicity within the OPTCG?
I think it's I think it's like the genuine One Piece fans are really great, really One Piece fans. But then you got some like the gatekeepers. Like if you don't watch the anime, you shouldn't buy the cards. If you don't know about this story, you shouldn't buy. Like some people just think like their story should be everybody's story. Like I literally started off playing the game and only playing the game and couldn't give two craps about the anime until I found out what it really was about. Like what I mean? I fell in love with playing the game of One Piece, not really the story just yet. But some people were just like, what I mean? Like over the top with it. Like some people just like over the top with it. He's not a real One Piece guy, or they're just scalper, they're just pumping and dumping. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody wants you to be on their program or their wave or whatever, man. But everything ain't for everybody. Everybody do things for different reasons. You gotta live and let live, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. There's going to be some people who are maybe just a little bit too protective of their hobby, and I think for some people too. I mean, this is just how I felt getting into the hobby. There are a lot of people who want to try and knock you down and make you feel bad just as a way to make themselves feel better. So, and just in life, right? Like people do that. So, there's
Yeah,
always going to be people like that. You kind of just have to ignore it. Don't let it affect you. Just keep doing what you're doing. And
yeah.
if you believe in yourself and what your path is, you'll be fine.
Like I got a question for the toxic guys who say, "Well, you guys drove up all the prices and we can't good cards right now." Let me ask you a question. If you didn't buy the what was the perfect example you gave? The Snake Man Luffy was $300. If you didn't buy it when it was $300, what makes you think that you really want to buy it now that it's $2,000? You had a chance to buy it. Why didn't you buy it? You consider yourself one of the guys who've been there from day one. You was here from the first set. You was playing the game on the first set. In that case, you should have the Luffy for $70. Like if you wasn't buying it then, what makes me believe that you want to buy it, that you're mad now that it's $7,000 and you wanted to buy it now? Like you had all the opportunity in the world to buy it.
And all the knowledge too,
And the
you
knowledge, and
know?
you know about the anime, and you know about the characters, like what I mean. So a lot of it is just people just complaining and whining and this and that, and that's not everybody, but it's a small portion of the One Piece world that kind of like just got this thing with them. But it just
Yep.
is what it is, and that's every aspect of life, not just this.
Question: how long do you think the bull run will last for? I think it will continue until the next big reprint. Bandai could potentially go back and reprint '05 to '09. This would hit hard. I'll just say I don't think that they're going to do that anymore. That's just my take, right? One man's opinion on the internet. I don't think they're going to touch anything from OPO5 to OPO9 now.
Me personally, like with the cards I collect, I'm more like a higher end collector. So I don't never see the bull run stopping. These cards are so scarce. Like these cards are so highly sought after. Like I know people that's actually turning down $40,000 for cards and turning down $35,000 for cards. They're just not selling their cards, and the demand is just getting more and more. Like the lower end stuff, like you will see the bull run kind of slow down. You know what I mean? You will see things dip a little bit, but certain levels of cards, this bull run never going to stop. Like it's gonna like the gold Raja manga. It's about 14K right now, 13K.
I think even a little
You
bit
can't
more than that.
in 6 months from now, a year from now, you won't be able to find it on eBay. There's 247 PSA 10s. The price is just going to go up. Like, you know what I mean? Why would I sell a gold monitor? Oh, today it hit a record high at 16,000. Sell it now for a bust. Nothing's busting. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, nothing's going to bust. Like certain cars are just market proof, and it just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think there could always be a short-term correction where we see prices come down a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah.
long term it's some of these cards are almost deflationary, right? Just because the people buying them, they just want to hold them. Like there's no intentions of some of these people to ever selling ever. And I believe people when they say that too.
I'm talking never, ever, ever selling. Like for anybody that's in the sports card world, please go on eBay and find me a Michael Jordan green PMG. You just not find the card. It's $1 million card. It's some cards you're just not going to be able to get. And these early One Piece stuff were just so scarce. It was just so scarce that, you know what I mean? For the millions and millions of people all over the world wanting these cards, just not enough for them. 247 is just not enough.
Do you have a favorite character in One Piece?
Well, Luffy's actually my guy because of what he stand for and what he do. Like Luffy's actually my guy. But other than Luffy, I do like Zoro too. Because Zoro, he get busy. Zoro like to get busy. So Luffy and Zoro are my two guys.
You're not a Magellan fan?
No, I didn't even get the Magellan yet. I ain't even got it. Couldn't even tell you who Magellan was. I have his leader from OPO2. I do have his card OPO2, but I couldn't tell you a thing about Magellan.
Magellan's like the I mean, he's like the top guy at Impel Down, the prison there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get
I
to
think,
it.
right?
How deep is that? That's deep into the story. Is towards the
No,
beginning.
that's pre-Marineford, I think, right? So maybe episode, I don't know, 354.
All right,
I
copy
I
that.
for I forget. It's before Marineford for sure, but
I'm
I
gonna
think they're
lock
just
tell myself I'm gonna do 5 a day from here on. That's my goal. I'm gonna try to do 5 because they're not really that long, to be honest with you. As
no.
I watch, they're not really that long.
Yeah, half of it's just like the intro music and the outro too, so
Yeah.
awesome. All right, let's see if we can find a couple more questions here. Uh, thanks, Grayson. Yeah, thank you, Alex, for being here. Appreciate you, man. And thank you to Gerald as well. Guys, if you haven't already, top of the video description, we have links to Gerald's YouTube at One Piece G and also the Instagram One Piece Hip Hop. Go show him some love. He
Help
took
me
time
out,
out of
guys.
his day to sit down and chat. So,
I'm gonna test y'all
mhm.
out right now. I'm gonna test y'all out right now. Let me see.
How
Right now,
close are you to 1K?
I got. I'm so on one. I'm at like 674. After this
Guys,
video, you got to give me the 800. I need a 100,
a
like
thousand.
130
A
yards, man.
thousand. Let's get to a
1,000 to be through
thousand.
the moon. 1,000 to be through the moon, man. 1,000 to be through the moon.
Yeah, man. I think when you start uploading videos, you're gonna crush it on YouTube for sure.
No, 695, y'all. That's it. 695. Get me to 800.
Hey, Thomas is in the house. What's up, man? How's it going? Portugal representing. I'm trying to find a couple more questions here. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you do want to ask a question, put question in front of what you're actually typing. Makes it a lot easier to find stuff. We can bring this one up. What do you guys think about Bandai with the longevity of One Piece? Because we all know Bandai can ruin a game even though they make a good product.
You want to start? Or want me to take that one?
I can take it first. Yeah, I think that Bandai's done a really good job with One Piece, and what they've done so far tells me that they've learned from their mistakes with other games. I do think that they're going to be tested again this year to see how they respond to these prices. I know some people think that they shouldn't do anything. I feel like at a certain point you're going to have to start reprinting booster boxes because even though they might not be relevant to the TCG, those cards are still cheap. If the collector base keeps growing, eventually you're going to want to bring those boxes down so people can actually get a chance at opening product, right? So for now it's kind of like the first wave comes out, that's going to be your best chance to get things at a cheap price in my opinion, at least based on what's happening this year.
Copy. My take on it as far as Bandai is fully aware that this is the golden goose. They're fully aware of what's at stake. All hands on deck. I'm pretty sure they're bringing in new marketing people. They're bringing in new research people. They're bringing in everybody. They know that this is the golden goose, and they have a chance to make a big move in the TCG space. So I think they're going to be very careful. Everything's going to be calculated. I mean, mistakes are mistakes. They're going to happen. But I believe, truly believe that they know this is the golden goose, and they're going to try their best to take care of this thing.
This is kind of an add-on to that question too. Do you think that Bandai will maintain their print run size moving forward? Right now, main sets are printed 1/50th of that of Pokemon, and limited sets like EBs, PRBs are 1/100th. First of all, I'll just say we got to be really careful when we're throwing out numbers like this because Bandai, as far as I'm aware, does not give us any data on their print runs. So, I mean, maybe if you're just looking at pop reports and you're coming to that conclusion, like that number 1/50th, 1/100th, based on those, like sure, but We don't know the exact numbers of how much is being printed. Obviously, it's less than Pokemon. I just said though, I do think they're gonna have to adjust things a little bit going forward. That's just my take.
Copy. And I mean, they in it for the business. They in it for money. I know it. You know it. I think the scarcity of the cards or the earliest sets is because they really just didn't know. Like they didn't know where they're going to sell or where they're not going to sell. You don't just print nothing through the moon, not knowing if you got a base for it that's going to buy it. I think what will happen with 13, they're going to have the confidence now to print more. So I do see a lot more sets getting printed more and more and more because they want to make money. You know what I mean? But the earlier stuff, it's always going to be scarce. So try your best to get the earlier stuff. Even like the alt arts, even if they're horrible characters, go to OPO2, go to OPO3, go to OPO4, buy those alt arts, those $19 that you see online, and those $32 you see online, because those will be the scarcer cards, you know. But
Hmm.
what they see with 13, they want to start printing some cards. I can tell you that now.
100%. Yep. Do you also look at the artists of the cards that you have? Do you have a favorite One Piece artist?
No, I really don't. To tell you the truth, I really couldn't tell you one artist at all. But I do know with this little demon guard pack or something. Like one of the players at my local was saying that that artist is supposed to be like a good artist, and he did other stuff from like
Hmm.
other TCGs or animes or whatever. So I do know those demon guard pack, those artists are supposed to be pretty good. But I don't know too much about the artists at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's like me too. I don't really know too much. I mean, Akira Agawa, that's kind of one of the famous ones. But for me, like, if you guys like the look of a card, who cares who drew it, right? You know, pick it
Yeah.
up if you jive with it. That's all that matters.
But the one thing I can say about artists, like I see people now buying like the voice actor, like autograph cards and all that. To me, that don't really do nothing for me. Like the voice actor could just be anybody. They can always change the voice actor. But if the artist actually signed a card, I think those cards would do real well.
Hmm.
You know, the person who actually drew the card, if Bandai was to find a way to get autographed by the artist, I think they would have something. Those would be some seriously sought after SSPs.
What do you think about serialized cards? I know you come from the sports card world, but do you feel like that could be something that Bandai eventually goes to?
If you ain't got serial cards in the collection, you know what you're doing. You don't know what you talk about. You gotta go get the serialized cards. Those cards, those first four, the Ace, the two Luffys, and the Shanks, like these cards here, you have to get these. These will be the Grails. These serialized cards, the early ones, like they're always gonna be more, just coming, 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 coming. But the original ones, the first ones, you know what I mean? Like the Rocket Luffy, the 700 Luffy, you gotta go get those serialized cards. Like I love my serialized cards. I love my serialized cards. I got the serialized Nami, even though it's Asian exclusive, but all the serial stuff, you gotta get the serialized cards. You have to get these cards. If you're a heavy collector and you want long term growth, go after the serialized cards. It's but so much they can make of those. There will be no reprints of those, you know, put it like that.
Yeah. Did you see the announcement of the Gear 5 championship one?
I seen that, and that's card going to be crazy expensive. Like I said, they're always going to come with a new catch. Like Bandai's not stupid. They're always going to come with the new thing that you gotta have. That you gotta have. And if you chase every single one, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation financially. You can't chase every single one. You know what I mean? My thing is always go with the first of everything. Like when it comes, they could make 1,000 PRBs. The first set of the gold dawns, go get those. The first set of everything, go get those. Go get the pre-errata, go get the blue bottom. Just like in a sports world, it's always the rookie. It's always the rookie. Try to get the first of everything. And those are going to be the ones that's going to hold value, in my opinion. Again, you know, it's just in my opinion.
Mhm. What do we think about treasure rares? Do you feel like they're undervalued? Some of them are still incredibly cheap for how rare they are.
Yeah, well, the cat is out the bag now with the treasure is. Boy, if you'd have caught the treasure is like 3 months ago, you could have just made a killing. But the treasure is one per case. It speaks for itself. Like you don't even need me to answer that one. One per case is just like ridiculous. I actually ripped the case of OP13 and there wasn't even a treasure rare in there. So you know what I mean. So they're not in every single case, to be honest with you.
Hmm. There
So it
you
was a
go.
super good play, super good play, especially the GTA Nami and the first Luffy, the first. Ace, go get those first 4 or 5 sets, those treasure rare, because they're gonna have a treasure rare for now on forever. They're gonna have a treasure rare, but get the early stuff is what I'm trying to tell you. Go get those the Luffy's first treasure rare card. What do you think that card's gonna be worth in 20 years? You know, go get Luffy's first treasure rare. Go get Nami's first treasure rare. You know, go get Zoro's first gold dawn. You think Zoro's never gonna have another gold dawn, or Luffy's gonna have a gold dawn? Go get
That's
his
a
first.
fire gold dawn too.
Yeah, the
So
Zoro or the
beautiful.
Luffy? Which one? Like the Zoro?
The Zoro, the Zoro.
I just traded one last night. Actually, I traded my gold. I got a PSA 10 already, but I had a raw one in my trade binder, and I traded for the Dallas Day Luffy and a couple of other cards for it. Because that Dallas Day Luffy, I love that card, but it just took off on me before I knew it. You know, so I actually traded for that last night.
Uh, I think we already took this one. Actually, no, we didn't. What do you think about investing in Japanese versions of PSA slabs?
Me personally, I'm an English guy, but like we said earlier, if it's a Japanese exclusive, but they only make it in Japanese, grab them. If it's a Chinese exclusive, like the French treasure rares, like some things are exclusive to certain regions, I would grab those. But if there was a card with a Japanese and an English, I'm always gonna go with the English. I mean, but to each his own. Like the Japanese are cheaper, so if your buzzer say Japanese, get Japanese. You know what I mean? If you're not in it for investment, you're a pure collector, and you like the art or you like the artist, get Japanese. Just do what's best for you. But as far as investment purposes, I think the English should probably hold a little more value.
I agree. Like English all the way if you can. If it's a language exclusive, great, but
Or
English is the way to
serial,
go.
or
Or
serial, or
yep.
serial.
hmm
Yeah,
Do you have a top 3 or 5 favorite cards in your collection?
yeah, I do. I got some here. I think I showed you this one, but I think where is it at, man? Where's my Shanks? This I don't know where I put that card, but that serialized Shanks card, man, like that is like my card, my card, my card. I don't know where the hell I just put that card. Let me see. Here we go. Like this is probably like my Grail card. It's not my most expensive. It is expensive, but it's not my most expensive card. But this
hmm
card right here, I love this card. So this definitely goes in my top five. The Gold
And it's
Raja,
PSA 10?
PSA 10. Yep, PSA 10. The Gold Raja, another one. This is like my Grail. Is it a glare? Can you see the cards? Or is like a little glare to it?
If you tilt it forward, I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, like that's
Right there.
perfect. There you
This is
guys
like
go.
one of my Grail cards right here, the Raja. I think this is going to pass all of them. This is going to get leap past. I think it's going to catch the red Luffy sooner or later. This card is going to be so rare. It's not even. It's the first gold one. Remember, I said the first of everything. This is the first rare manga. Right.
hmm
That's in my top five. This right here, this fight, everybody's top five. The Oda Sig, the man himself, the GOAT. Like, you know, if he never signs another one of these again, this thing go through the moon. If he signs another one again, it's the first. Always go with the first, you know? And I
Yep.
don't wish nothing bad on Oda. I love Oda. Oda's my guy. I hope Oda lives to 100. If something happens to Oda, overnight, this car is going to shoot up probably 100%. Like, overnight, you know? So, he said 2 more. Another one. Always go with the first. This is the first winner card, the first championship card. Gotta go with the first. So I would grab this one right here. And everybody's favorite, the Gear 5. So those are my top 5 right there. They're my collection.
There you guys go. Yeah,
Yeah.
and, I want to flex my collection too. Like,
Uh-oh,
don't
let's
feel too
go.
jealous, but we got the
Uh-oh.
law.
The law. The law. I remember you pulled that.
I, you know what? I pulled the Zoro too, and I probably shouldn't have got rid of that one either. But I feel like I've used all my luck on the lower tier mangas. I'm just gonna be cooked for the next 5 years if I want to open packs. But
Oh
we got
man.
one.
You
We got
got
one
one.
in the
You got the
collection. That's
law. You
all that
got
matters.
the law. Yeah, but like I said,
Question.
go for the first, man. Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for the first guys for sure. This is
Yeah.
from Lord Arbiter. Which one? Oh, well, unfortunately, which one should you prioritize? We don't know what we're comparing here. If you leave, we'll come back to that if we find what else you were talking about there. You baited me with the question. I should have read the. I should have read all of it first. What is your opinion? Slabs. We already talked about Japanese. You guys know we're both English guys here. Question: I saw 3 versions of an OPO1 Law Leader slab. What's the difference between pre-errata, errata, alternate art on the slab?
The the blue bottom, the first wave that ever came out, there were about maybe 13 cards that like had errors on them. Like the law was definitely one, since we talking about the law. So the law say like play one or whatever. They corrected the law, and it also people don't understand, but wave one and wave two are both in the blue bottom. There's really no way to tell a difference when you open up a blue bottom if you're getting wave one or wave two by looking at the box at all. Some people say, well, you could tell by the date and the receipt, but people could make up receipts and this and that. So be careful with the blue bottoms because you never can tell. It's a gamble. So when they corrected it, they actually had like one word wrong. Like one of the cards to say place to the owner's hand, and one to say place to your hand. So place to owner's hand is like the beta one or whatever. And then the actual correct one when they say to like your hand or whatever, I forgot exactly which way it go. That'd be actually like the white bottom. So there's 10 cards in the whole TCG that got three versions of it. There's 10 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, there was the because there was the alt leader law, right? That had
Right.
the error version, corrected version. But then I think BoomTube might also be talking about there being the alternate art version of the
One is
law,
just a
right? The super
word.
rare.
One is just a word. Like one is just a word. Like the Nami got three. Like one to say play. One to say reveal one. The one that says reveal one, we know for a fact that's the pre-errata. Two of them says reveal up to one, but one of them takes a word out. Like this. Well, one of them is say type character card, and one to just say character card. So one of them they just took the word type out. It still says set up to, but you won't see type in there. Like they're just one word that changes the whole thing. So that's the difference. It's one little word in the card to make it from beta to regular errata.
FOMO, I don't think we're gonna go for 24 hours. That would be that would be
Let's
a
go.
little
Let's
bit too long.
break the record, man.
I mean, maybe one day. Who knows? Who knows? Like, never say never. But yeah, no, this has been awesome. I am looking for some more questions if there are some out there. Question: What's your opinion? I feel like you
You
guys
got
are baiting me too. I need to read the whole thing. English over Japanese if it's not an exclusive or a serialized. Like Gerald said, if you're trying to get those exclusives, definitely the way to go. Um, I guess we could take this one. With the introduction of the Eternal format, has your perspective of the leader SPs with the gold text changed? I actually don't know much about this, so are you up to date
we
with
said
the Eternal?
internal format. What do they mean by the internal format? The introduction of the internal format. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
I
Give me the
actually don't know either. I have no clue. Yogurt, can you explain to us what you mean by this? I imagine that means like maybe some cards are not going out of rotation. I know like the mangas don't rotate, but
we
do,
said something about the SPs with the gold text. If you're talking about EBO2, if you're talking about those cards, I think those are super rare cards. Like those are like super rare cards. That set is so short printed. It's about 28 of them. There's one per case, so the chance of hitting one of them is just so slim. I actually bought the Luffy in the PSA 10 from a guy in Italy and waiting for it to come now. And I actually got the highest sale. And in one of your videos, you were like, who would buy this card for $4,000? I was like, it was me. I said it was me, but I know what they call it. It was a Pop 24. It's Luffy. It's the EBO2. People not ripping those boxes. I would be shocked if you ever see a Pop 100 of that card. I would be
hmm.
shocked. You know what I mean? So super rare card. I'm the comp. It's me. I'm sorry I drove up that comp, but I had to have that card. The guy who I sold it to, it's an all-time high. It's a big comp. And before he shipped it out, he DM'd me like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I sold you this car. Man, I should have kept it, but I'm sending it out to you." Like even he was upset that he sold it to me.
Yeah, and you know what? I was probably wrong about those. Like they're probably going to keep going
I think
in
them
terms
things
of
gonna go.
price. I will
Yeah,
I will say though, in response to this question, like I I think people need to start separating between playable cards and there being actual collector value in a lot of these. Like to me, the meta means absolutely nothing when it comes to long-term investments. Things are going to rotate out anyways. So if there's collector value in cards, that's really all I worry about. And those gold leaders, even though I don't want them in my collection, like I don't think they look super interesting, right? Compared to some of the other illustrations we have, there are going to be people who want those because they are scarce. They like the look of them, whatever. So there's going to be value in those EBO2 cards.
when it comes to collectible, any collectible, scarcity is king. You got to get the scarce cards. You got to get the first cards. You got to get the scarce cards. You got to get the unique cards, like the serialized cards. Are there any, like, I'm not really sure about this. I'm not being funny, but are there any like serialized cards in Pokemon or no?
Uh, have they? I know in booster boxes like no serialized cards or anything. I'm trying to think if they've ever done a serialized card.
The Bandai, they struck. They hit. They
Yeah,
knew what they was doing when they did that. When they put them serialized cards, people from the sports card world, they hunting those cards down. Those cards are so hard to find right now. I mean, the Rocket Luffy's and the Aces, those cards are very hard to find right now. Everybody's chasing those serialized cards. Those cards will be Grail cards in the long run. You know.
I will say too, like the interesting thing with serialized is Bandai has put serialized cards inside booster boxes in their other games. So if anyone's researched Union Arena, like you can pull, I think it's out of 100 some of those really rare cards that are difficult.
Uh,
So the fact that Bandai's done that in another game before that's not doing as well, I feel like with One Piece, they're not going to do serialized cards in a booster box until they have to. Like if they want to take the game to the next level, that would be what they would do. And I think Pokemon's the same way. Like they're so successful, they don't have to do it. But if there's ever a lull and they really want to increase demand for their product, they're gonna put like a one of one Charizard or something in a set.
and another thing about Bandai, they cater to both aspects of it. They put out sets for the players. Like they put cards out for the players, but they always like dangle the carrot a little bit with a collector. There's always a collector's piece in every set. So it's like they give you that one chase card that everybody wants, but the players still could do their thing too. You know what I mean? The mid-tier
Hmm.
players can still do the mid-tier collectors can still do their thing too with the alt arts and the SPs and all that. But they always got like that SSP Silver Shanks or something like that. So it's like they do both. They know there's a collector aspect of it, and then there's a play aspect of it. And I think they teeter the line real well with how they put out the sets.
That was one of my biggest concerns too when I got into One Piece was they had great top tier chases, but then at the time, like, the SPs were already there. They were great artworks, but there really wasn't a ton of demand for them. So I was always worried people would look at One Piece as kind of like the manga or bust when opening product. But now that we have like a legit market for SPs, treasure rares, even some of these alt arts, like
Mm-hmm.
the the what am I trying to say here? The reason to open a booster box is much higher than what it was at maybe
Definitely.
a year ago.
Yeah, definitely. A lot in there. They know what they're doing. Like I said, this is the golden goose. I don't really think they're gonna mess this one up. You know what I mean? I really don't think they're gonna mess this one up.
Hmm. Question: what were some of your favorite sports cards to collect? Was more modern or from late 90s?
My favorite type of card to collect were all-time iconic cards, like Bo Jackson's rookie, like Steph's rookie. Like I would take like David Robinson's rookie, like cards that were the card back when they came out. And I like on card autographs. I didn't like sticker autographs. I like the actual player signed the card, touch the card. Like if you see the video chasing cardboard, you see a lot of my cards like the red the like who had Barry Sanders, like you know what I mean, like all time iconic players, iconic Hall of Famers. I was getting autographed cards of their rookie card. Reggie Jackson, OJ Simpson, you know what I mean? Cards like that, Ricky Henderson, stuff, Don Mattingly. Like I would collect like all-time greats, Hall of Famers, but it had to be their rookie card, not just any card. It had to be the number one first card that ever came out, the rookie card. So I've always been a guy who's into the rookie card and the first card and stuff like that.
For me, I had one hockey card growing up. It was Ed Balfour, if anyone knows that. That's all I can talk about there, you
You
know.
got that with it.
I bet you 99% of people don't even know who Eddie Balfour was, but
And
no,
the
that was
sports card guys out there, go down on my page all the way to the bottom. Just keep scrolling. You'll see about 80, 90% of my sports card collection. All of them are still up there.
by the way, we haven't plugged it in like 30 minutes. Guys, go check out Gerald's links. YouTube and Instagram, top of the video description. First of all, let's get him to 1,000 on YouTube. I think that'd be awesome. So
I
get him
appreciate
up there.
you. Do it.
And then you're more active on Instagram though, right? at least
Yeah,
for
more.
now.
It's easier for me to sit there on the phone and just, you know what I mean. I'm not really like a camera guy. Like we could do this all day, back and forth, have conversation, answer questions and stuff like that. But I'm not really like, hey guys, how you doing? This is it's just hard for me to like really sit there and kind of get that just yet. So I guess I have to work on that if I want to continue doing this content thing or whatever. But that's kind of difficult for me. But I like the round table thing. I like the question and answer thing. That's what more like my thing.
We have a question here from Gersey. What up, man? When do you think the OP13 reprint will happen, and what do you think a good price to secure a case would be?
Well, got bad news for you. When OP13 get printed, I hope you don't think it's going to be $2,900 or $2,500. The distributors already know what's going on. The big whales are coming in. Everything that happened in the sports car world, I hate to say it, I'm out to say, is going to happen in One Piece. The distributors are going to buy up everything. Bandai is going to give everything to David Adams and blowouts, and all the big guys are going to come. When that money come in, that's what's going to happen. So when we get a reprint of 13, let's say a case is, what's the case going for? $6 grand?
Yeah, about
You,
that. Maybe seven,
you
actually.
seven, you will be absolutely lucky to get it for $5,500. Don't think it's dipping back down. Like, don't think that reprint. That set is so hot. That set is so on fire. The top 10, top 20 value in that set is so crazy that it's not going where you think it's going to go. A reprint is not going to do nothing for OP13. That not that set.
Yeah, this is something I got wrong too. Recent sales, by the way, $6,500 all day long. I I never predicted the amount of people that would have jumped in on this kind of boom. Like already seen the box get to like 300, 350. At that point, I was like, okay, maybe we'll have better entry points. But I think now, just how the way things are going, I don't even know if a reprint's going to put a dent in what
Um,
like Bandai is going to have to give us a very sizable reprint in
uh,
order for the box to come down in price because there's so much money on the sidelines right now waiting for OP13 to get a reprint. So
One Piece is the hottest thing on the market. I'm not saying it's bigger than Pokemon. I'm not saying it's the hottest thing on the market right now. A lot of the big whales are coming through. These guys are looking for 100 cases. They're looking for 300 cases. Like they'll laugh at 10 cases. Then they're going to pick up the phone for 10 cases. So it's just like it's going to be real ugly, real ugly.
how do you guys price hyper rare with no sales?
Say hyper rare.
Hyper rare, I feel like, that's kind of like a Pokemon rarity, no?
I mean,
Maybe he's just talking about
would
like
you
a very
consider the
rare card.
EBO2? Would you consider like the EBO2 gold leaders? Were those considered hyper rares? Like, I mean, like certain cards, you just gotta just buy the card. If you believe it's a scarce card, if you believe it's a rare card, you just gotta be the comp sometime. You just gotta can't be afraid to be the comp and just understand that it's gonna grow and understand that you're doing it for a reason. Like I bought the Luffy at an all-time high. I just know where it's gonna go, you know?
I think too, if you really have a rare card and there's no sales comps, in a market like this, if you're trying to sell it, I would just price incredibly high and put offers on and just see what comes in, right? Like that's
Yeah.
going to be the way to go. Unless you want to move it fast, then you can price more aggressively, but yeah, if you don't want to sell it really quickly and you have time, like just price high.
But my question to you would be, why would you sell a hyper rare card? Like if you know you have, let's say you hit the whatever card. I mean, like, why would you sell the hyper rare card? Like, why would you just get it just to flip it, get it to the flip it? Because sooner or later, once you sell it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take that money to buy more boxes, and you're not going to get that hit again. It's just you're going to just keep chasing and chasing. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you get like a life changing card. Like if you get the red Luffy, you could get 20 grand for it. That's life changing money for certain people. You know what I mean? So I understand somebody who just bought a blister pack in Target and hit the red Luffy. I can see somebody selling that card for $10,000. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
collectors and people who've been in the space for a while, like, why would you sell a hyper rare card? Like, if you're investing in your long term, the flipping thing, it really just don't work. I never thought it was a smart thing because sooner or later you're not going to hit the big card. You're going to just sell a card, buy a pack, and get nothing. Like.
Even from an investment perspective, if you're selling, you're going to incur fees. You're gonna have to pay tax on that, and then just buying things too, you're gonna have fees and taxes. So unless you have a really solid plan for the money, it's not really worth selling. And I know I know I'm looking at this with the perspective that you might be selling the card, but in terms of buying, like that's a little bit different too. You should just kind of, you know, price or at least offer what you think it's worth. Don't don't overpay, and that's going to be more subjective based on kind of where you're at. So
And learn from Grayson's mistake. He sold a hyper rare Zoro manga. Learn from his mistake.
well, look, I should just got it graded, and for me, like the only reason I didn't was because when we sent this one off, it took almost 3 months, I think.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go through that process again. I think PSA's actually opened or they're opening kind of like a grading center in Toronto. So I might end up doing a bit more grading this year, since it doesn't have to go to the States. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely definitely a big regret getting rid of that. Big super chat here from ASMR card pack openings. One Piece to the moon. One Piece to the moon. 100%, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Moon. To the
Yeah,
moon.
we're mooning, man. We're gonna we're gonna see all booster boxes hit $5,000. That's gonna be the floor. Gerald's gonna retire and do YouTube full time. It's
Baby, if
coming.
you still there, baby, we're gonna retire soon. We're gonna retire soon, baby. If you still there.
And then we had another super chat here from Slowpoke TCG. No question though, so I will try and find if you wrote something because I know sometimes people send those and then for whatever reason their message we're really far behind chat too, guys, by the way, so apologies if we don't get to your question. It's been crazy. I mean, shout out to Gerald being here. There's 350 people in chat,
Nah, man,
which
it's my pleasure, man. Like I said, man, like it's my pleasure. Like I'm not saying this just to say this, brother. I listen to your videos every morning. Even sometime when you don't make a video, you see my next video. I say, bro, where you was at, man? I needed you today. You let me down yesterday, man. Like I get up in the morning. That's just my ritual. Like because I like to see where my card's at. I like to see where the silver product is at. So that's just something that I go to every day. So you put the work in, man. Like I've been like a follower of yours, a fan of yours for a while now, and I'm like honored to like be on your show. You know, so I appreciate you having me as well. You know.
thank you, man. It means a lot, dude. I was so pumped when you said you'd come on. I think it's been great. We've had a lot of fun here today, and there's so many questions to get to, guys. This is crazy. Holy cow. Uh, I mean, are you fine on time? Like, how long did you think we were gonna go for? Because I know it's
This,
probably getting a bit late there.
nah, this how we gonna do this, man. I got all day. It went from 694 to 621. Y'all got to get me to 800. Get me to 800. You got me for another hour. I
All
need
right, let's do
79
it. Let's
more.
do it.
It
All
depends
right,
on the
another
people,
hour.
man. It depends
Yep.
on the people, man. I get the 800, man. You got me low as you need me. We got 721.
Let's take. Let's just send it then. Let's keep taking questions. This is from Viva Lagasa. What is your opinion regarding invest? I'm getting baited, man. I've pulled that one up like 5 times at this point. Yo, don't spam. Yeah, for sure. Spamming makes it a bit more difficult. What's the most overrated and underrated card in your collection? Ooh, good question.
The most overrated card in my collection. People gonna think I'm crazy, but I kind of think this is the most overrated card in my collection. Like this super privilege. I mean, it's in every pack. You know you're getting it. It's not like you gotta pull it. It's not like, you know what I mean? I don't know. For some reason, I just when this one went from where it went, like I bought this card for $240. Like that's when I bought this card. Like so early. I thought it was a piece of garbage junk. You know, it's a Luffy card. I just collect Luffy cards. Okay, it's his first one of the first cards I just put in thing. But when it got up to 2,000 and 3,000, I really just can't see it. You know what I mean? So I think this is like the most overrated card in my collection. And as far as underrated, I think this card is super underrated. This is the first Dawn card from the World
Um,
Finals. And this card is so cheap. For this card to be such a low pop, for this card to have so much significance, to be like a Dawn card from the first Worlds in 2023. I mean, in a PSA 10, you could probably get this card today for like $1,300, $1,400. So this card is probably to me one of the. I'm just waiting for this card to pop, and I've been waiting forever. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not popping. To people just not really appreciating it though. You know,
how many of those did they make? Was it 1,000?
it's supposed
Do
to
you know?
be. It's supposed to be every player got 10. So it's
Okay.
16 players. Allegedly it's supposed to be 160, but there's more than 160. Some got leaked out. You know how that go, like, you know what I mean? But technically it's supposed to be 160 of them, but it's more than 160 of them. But super low pop though. It's Luffy. It's the first worlds ever. Like you had to be in the world championship to get these Dawn cards. So I just don't understand why this card is just so undervalued. But that's probably my most undervalued card.
Fair enough. Yeah, I could get on board with that. Midnight Murph, thank you for the super chat. OG, you're the reason I got into One Piece months ago, and man, we up like 10x. Hey, that
To
Chasing
the
Cardboard
moon,
episode opened my eyes.
to the moon, man. I'm glad, man. And I hope you get up 20x, man. Nothing but love here, man. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you showing me love and supporting me, man. And I'm glad you got on board. I try to put a lot of people on board. Like people literally thought I was crazy when I sold those sports cards. You know what I mean? Because like I had a nice collection. I had a real good collection. People thought I was crazy, but the people who believed in it, the people who stuck with it, I'm glad you up 10x, man. You know what I mean? It's our moment. It just ain't me, man. It's you too, but it's just our moment, man. So you keep doing your thing, my brother. I appreciate you.
I think it was just the conviction you had in the video. You know, even what's his name? Ty? Is that what you
Ty,
said?
yeah.
Ty?
Ty,
I mean, he seems like a great guy. I haven't talked to him ever, but
incredible, incredible guy. Really nice guy. Incredible guy.
he definitely doubted you though about going into One Piece. So
I try to tell him, man. I try to tell Tom, man. Even to this day, me and Tom talk sometimes. Even to this day, we talk, and I show him like how much I'm up and this and that. He just like he just don't believe it. You know what I mean? But you know, I love those guys, man. What they did because they embraced the idea. You know, it's their show, it's their platform. They could have took it any direction they wanted to take it, but they really embraced the whole One Piece thing. And Matt, the producer, he really put a good show together. So it came out just beautifully, man. So
it's amazing.
hats off to those guys for that. You know what I mean? So it was kind
Yeah.
of like they had a lot to do with where we at today too. You know what I mean? It's my story, but the way they put it out there and the platform they had to put it out there really took it to the next level.
Yeah, shout out Chasing Cardboard one time. I mean, if you guys are watching this too, feel free to reach out. We do a collab in the future. I think that'd be fun as well.
Great.
Um, Shout out from Jose, super chat. Is it still a good time to buy OP13 cards, especially the wanted posters or the OP09 Cross Guild? Was it OP09 or PRBO2 Cross Guild? And similar cards to that one, since the market went up so much in the span of 2 months on these. I'll say this, like if you're trying to buy cards right now, it's definitely risky. I think when a correction comes, a lot of those A minus, B plus tier cards, some of those SPs, the alt arts, those are going to get hit fairly hard. And then also OP13, if we do get a reprint, you're going to have more cards out there on the market. So if you're prioritizing buying cards right now, I would go for the older stuff. So if you have a card in, let's say OPO5 or OPO1 that you want, I'd be buying those first over something in OP13.
Yeah, you have a chance to get some more 13. I mean, if you could grab a manga, if you could grab something like that, you could grab the treasure rare, something like that, I would grab it. But just to go all out just on 13, I mean, maybe now not the time. I mean, but like I said, all the sets, everything's going up. So if you have the mindset of long term, you got to just buy the card. You know what I mean? If you're a flipper, if you think you're going to buy a card today and just go flip it and make $200 on tomorrow, now's definitely not the time. The flippers, this ain't a flippers market right now. But if you're a collector, long term, you believe in it, you gotta think that if you pay 500 for it today, and 10 years from now, it's going to be more than $500. Like, you know what I'm saying?
By the
Even
way,
if,
I will say too, the
yeah,
Cross Guild is gas. Like that is an amazing card. Over here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. There's a bit of glare.
I
I
see
actually
it.
have a little poster of it. It's an amazing card. So
Like some of the cards took off on me too. Like some of like the cross guilds and like the Luffy wanted, like the Luffy SP, like you know what I mean. Like even some of those cards, I'm so used to buying the cards at a certain price point that like even to me like I missed the boat. Like sometimes you can't win everything. You can't win. Let me tell you something about investment. There's two ways you could lose when it comes to investing, and this is stocks, this is cards, anything. There's two ways you could lose. You can lose by not catching the train. Like, damn, I should have bought it and it took off, but you just didn't make it. You know what I mean? That's a loss. But you could also lose by putting everything on something and it crashed. So you got to choose your loss. And I think the first loss is a little better than the second loss. You know, sometimes missing the train is a loss, but you don't want that other loss.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. You know, so if you're buying it as a collection piece and it's for your collection, that's a bit different. But investments at this point, yeah, go for the older stuff. If you're dead set on buying the cards.
If it's long term investment, vest. If it's this little try to catch the wave hot thing in and get out this and that, you're gonna find yourself in a lot of trouble. But if it's
Mhm.
long term investment, if you choose to go buy the wanted '09 Luffy wanted, and it's right now it's $1,300, it will be worth more in 5, 10 years. But are you investing long term? If you're doing the flip thing and all that, it's going too much anxiety, it's too much headache. It's just going to be too much when you sell it. You got to pay the fees and the taxes, and you got to mail it and all that stuff. But if you do long term, go get what you want to get. You know, go get what you want to get if you believe in the One Piece.
Shout out Alan. Alan Wong's in the chat. Thank you for the super chat as well. Question: what about the English or Japanese anniversary sets? They seem pretty undervalued and limited. Yeah, so I'll say this is probably one of my biggest One Piece investing L's. I really thought the English first and second anniversary sets were going to be a flop, just because you have no packs in there. It was just based on the promos. I thought the promos were terrible, and I've been proven wrong. The market has adopted those. They've gone crazy. Going forward, and maybe this is just me copying, I'm still not a huge fan of those. Any product in general where all the value is tied to promo cards, if the market changes and people don't like the promo cards as much, we've seen this in Pokemon as well. PC ETBs went crazy in 2025. Those Pokemon Center stamped promos inside of those were up like 3, 4, 500%. The Charmander from Obsidian Flames, the Pikachu from Paldea Evolved, etc. But since then, right, everything started to correct, and the PCTBs really haven't rebounded yet. They might in the future. So I do think it's a lot riskier now to buy those at a massive multiple of MSRP. But if you were buying those from Bandai out the gate, you got your pre-order in, and even going forward, like that seems to kind of be a no-brainer. I do think you just have a bit more risk now that they're like thousand plus dollars. I don't even know what the second anniversary's at.
Copy. Well, this is how I feel about it. I jumped in early. You got to get
Yep.
those, man. Get those rare Bandai sets, those premium Bandai sets. I mean, you get them at MSRP when you're getting them from Bandai, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. There's some sets that was $35 that's worth like $600 now. Like those sets, I believe in those sets a little bit, you know.
Yeah, this was my biggest miss for sure. I mean, first anniversary, you guys can see there, up almost 500%. And it's probably even more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, recent sales pushing like 1450, 1500.
I mean,
That's quite the gain.
I got that Luffy in the PSA 10 for like $87.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane. The first anniversary one or the second?
The first anniversary, the English version though, like the English version, yeah, the one at
Hmm.
the top row up top,
Oh, okay, let me bring this up. This one.
yeah, that one right there, man. PSA 10, I got that for like $86 back in the day.
Yeah, it's up almost 900% on the year, guys.
Yeah.
900%. Unbelievable. By the way, fun fact, it's actually up probably more than, because this is based on 215. Recent sales are 350, 360, 230 lower one, but this is actually the lowest gem rate out of all the first anniversary cards. I think it was like 79% or something.
Mm,
78% last time I checked. So
yeah.
yeah, really interesting. Really
Yeah,
interesting.
I like the anniversary sets though. For some reason, I just like cards. You can't pull them in the pack. You know what I mean? So they're just different cards. Everybody's not going to have them or whatever. Not, are they all going to go to the moon? Not all of them, but they're going to be one or two cards in every set that might be valuable. Like they're all not going to go to the moon.
Mhm. A couple more questions here. Schlope. Okay. Again, sorry, like I couldn't find your comment, man, from the first one. So I appreciate the super chat. Oda Sig or Gear 5 Luffy? What do you think?
And Sig might end up being the goat of all goats. Like the Sig, if he never signs again, the Sig got a chance of being like the Grail of all Grails. Like nobody knows which one going to be the Grail of all Grails. But if I had to make an educated guess, if I had to bet, I would say the The older Sig is probably the way to go investment wise. I like the Gear 5 Luffy better. I like that card better, but the older Sig is a special card. You know what I mean? It's a very special card. So
Hmm.
I think that one's the way to go. If you could get an older Sig, I would go with that over the Gear 5.
Ideally, both. I think it's close, so yeah, I could
Yeah,
see it
very,
going
very,
either way.
very close. Very, very, very close.
Hmm. Another super chat here from McBra. Thank you for the super chat, man. What are your thoughts on OP08 case price 2200 compared to the hits 625 for the manga? Are the cards undervalued right now, or is the case overvalued? So, in my opinion, generally, um, I mean, it's going to be different in One Piece compared to Pokemon, but generally, when I'm looking at top 1, 5, 10 value, and I'm kind of rake ordering the sets, something like Two Legends, it makes sense where it is in terms of market price. I don't think that those should be more expensive than they are. Now, we might see the cases keep going just because I feel like we're going to see a new floor on all the booster boxes. It's not going to be 150 anymore. It's probably going to be like 200 or 250 going forward. So, um, yeah, Royal Blood, Two Legends. What else can we throw in there? Maybe OP12. It kind of feels like they're all going to move up. So yeah, I don't think you can compare just the manga. Like a lot of people in Pokemon, they'll look at the PSA 10 of the top hit, and that's kind of where they want the box to get to. It's different in One Piece, and I don't know if there's a really solid solution yet to give you like a one for one where you should be looking. But yeah, Two Legends, I think it's fairly priced right now, just based on the market. That would be me.
Got you. I mean, that's his expertise. I'm not really a seal guy. I'm like a card guy, like I said. So that's more like that's his
Well,
thing.
what do you think about the Rayleigh? Do you think it should be more expensive?
I mean, I think they all gonna go. Eventually, it's gonna go. Like, I mean, it might be one of the cheaper ones now, but it's just gonna like just keep tagging it on with the rest of them. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
eventually, I actually sold a rarely for like $300 a raw one back when they were like real cheap. I mean, I have one in the PSA 10. I actually pulled the rarely, and I wasn't even that excited to be honest with you when I pulled the rarely manga. So that's what I think about the rarely. But I mean, they all gonna go. The mangas, they all gonna go.
I'll say too, like I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually get to a point where all the mangas are $1,000 plus.
All of them.
Kind of just seems like we're heading that direction.
Yeah, all of them. With the new money coming in, the whales coming in, the sports guys coming, they all know like they all going for the rarer cards. They already know, and they got the money to just buy them up like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I will say though, like if you want to open something right now, and again, I bash Two Legends. I don't think it's a great investment. I know some people you're probably up 100% on Two Legends over the past year, but compared to other things, it's been bad. Either way, if you want to open One Piece, this is probably one of the best places to start, in my opinion, just because it is still one of the cheaper sets. And you have, some pretty banger cards even outside the Rayleigh. I really like the SPs in this set. The Ace. My G said earlier too, the Luffy Treasure Rare. This was one of the first ones. That's probably going to be more expensive too. So it's a good opening experience, I think, for someone new.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
And me personally, my experience like on ripping, like I would say rip the newest set that come out because it's just going to go up. Like OP14. What's the price? Can you go to TCG Player right now? What's the price of OP14?
I think it's probably like 230 pre-order. Let's find it.
You're not going to get nothing cheaper. I mean, you probably can't get the mid tier sets for that. Like, if you're going to rip, I mean, just rip the new set. I mean, but 230, 225 or whatever. I mean, it just
240.
is what it is. It's not what it was before. And it's not going back. You're not getting booster boxes at $159 no more. You're not getting booster boxes at $129 no more. So the newer sets, I can guarantee you, this is 239. I'll be looking at Grayson's video a month from now, and this is going to be 379 or something like that, or 349. You know what I mean? So rip the newer sets. Like I ripped a lot of the 13 when it came out, like before it got to the monster prices. Like I ripped it at 179 and I ripped it at 180 and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'd rather rip the new set than try to go rip a $400 box or something or PRB or EBO. Like why do that? Rip the new set. Like, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Go spend the 200 something bucks and that's it. It's not going to go.
Mhm.
The days are over. The $150 booster box days are absolutely over.
I mean, I think if we have a really bad set, we could see cheap product again. Or,
It's just
if
the hype
Bandai,
it's the hype right now. The average person don't know what a good set and a bad set is. The
for
people
sure.
that's coming in right now is purely strictly one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece. You know what I mean? They don't know a set is garbage or not, you know?
Yeah, and I said this, I think, in last night's video or the night before. You know, when you look at the top 10 value, even in some of the weaker sets like Two Legends, like Royal Blood, if you compare that to Pokemon, these booster boxes would be like $800, $1,000 still if they were in Pokemon after a couple of years. So the
Yeah.
value that you can get out of even some of the weaker sets in One Piece is still incredibly high. And there's beautiful cards in all of these sets, don't get me wrong. So yeah, I think in the short term, $150 boxes is going to be tough. Like if you have a store local to you where you play at, you can get boxes at MSRP. It's probably going to be your best route to get product
It.
cheap.
Yep, that's it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, good luck,
But
right?
but
So,
to be honest with you guys, in the big scheme of things, like coming from the sports card world, coming from the Pokemon, one piece is still relatively cheap. You know what I mean? And if you look at the big scheme of things, like the new sets that come out in sports, I'm talking about $700 is like the norm. You
mhm.
know, like the norm. So this is still relatively cheap. You know,
For people who aren't from the sports card world like myself, if you're buying a $700 box, how many packs are inside one of those?
20 packs, and it's so horrible that at least with this, if you buy, say, how much is this product? $239, right? You
Hmm.
don't even got to hit the manga. You don't got to hit the main set. You could hit an SP of not even Zoro. You could hit the SP of Sugar or the SP of Mihawk, and you might get $170 back for it, or you might get $160 back for it. In the sports card world, you will buy $1,000 box, and you hope that you hit $110. That's how bad it is. Like you hope it's that bad. And this thing right here, like I've never opened a box. This thing like the best thing to rip. Like you're probably going to get 65% of your money back on a horrible box. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? On a horrible
Hmm.
box.
And it's not just the top tier collectibles either. If
Yeah,
you're opening something like OP12, if you pull the Kuma Secret Rare, I mean that's $45 right there. So,
that's what I'm saying.
it's
That's my point. Like this card, what's the card? The top card all the way to the right is $265. My
yeah,
eyes are
the Boa
think that's
leader.
lower. Like I mean,
Hmm.
like suppose you don't got to get a manga, you don't got an SP. Suppose you just hit the leader card of this. Like you know what I mean? Like it's rare in the sports card world. It's horrible. You'd be happy if you get 13% of your money back out of $1,000 box.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm super bullish on One Piece too. It's just the supply eventually, once people get educated too, like I I still don't get why, and it's got to happen soon. The for Asia stuff, there's no way the gap should be 30% between some of the for Asia English versus just the North America. It's the same product, guys. So if you want to open stuff, go for Asia. It's cheap. You're gonna get your money. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get all your money out, but the
Nah,
odds that you get a decent percentage of your money back opening One Piece compared to something like Pokemon, it's fairly high in my
I'm
opinion.
gonna put you guys on to something. I know a lot of distributors like going through this one piece stuff in my Instagram. I'm meeting people all the time. And a lot of these guys are getting priced out of cases too. And a lot of them are making the plays on the 4 Asia box. Like stores that I know are already debating and talking about making plays like on the 4 8. Like they're priced out of this of the stuff. Like the distributors are pricing everybody out. It's not scalpers, it's the distributors. You know what I mean? It's the people who got the cases. So a lot of people are starting to make plays on the 4 Asia stuff, and you will be seeing 4 Asia stuff in stores, and you will be seeing 4 Asia stuff online and stuff like that. Like I've heard that from multiple people already.
Yeah. By the way, Ian, if you're watching this or you're watching the replay of this, you might want to load up on the stuff there. That's my guy in Singapore. That's where a lot of us get our product now. So
Copy
yeah,
that. Well,
I
when we get off of this, you got to plug me in, man. I need that plug.
100%, 100%. Yeah, we'll
Plug.
get you in there. It'll be good.
I love this
Uh,
card you got on screen right now, man. I love the art of that card, man. That Zoro SP
the
from
Zoro.
beautiful card, man.
Jolly B, another super chat, man. You didn't have to do this, but I appreciate you, bro. I've been a day one supporter when G's video came out. It truly opened many doors. Want to say grateful for both of y'all for taking the time to do this, especially on your weekends from Jolly and Tefno. Shout out the Discord. Yeah, shout out the Discord 100%. Link in the video description as well. And thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it a lot.
By the way, Jolly, we should get you guys in contact if you're not. He plays the game too and super knowledgeable, dope collection. So I always look forward to seeing the pickup videos or the
I
pickup
need
photos when
help.
he
Did a
posts them.
tutor, man. I need somebody to help me out. I got my brother Roberto in Italy. He's a pro. He's real good. He helps me out from time to time. But if anybody else out there that know how to play the game and trying to get me some wins at these locals, I'm getting cooked at these locals, man. I need some help. Jump in my DM and help me out. But Roberto, you the man. I got nothing but love for you, Roberto, man.
One more super chat here, Utah, 2408. Thank you for the super chat. What do you think about other TCG investments wise, like Lorcana, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh, while everyone is focused on One Piece and Pokemon? Do you have any thoughts?
My thing is they don't have the culture. I don't see sports guys running around with a Laura Conda jacket on. I don't see the rappers with Laura Conda. Like, they don't have the culture. Like, One Piece has something carrying it. One Piece has something that the other TCGs just don't have. Like, I didn't choose One Piece because I thought the One Piece cards were great quality and the gem rate is so high and this and that. I chose One Piece because of what the movement is doing, what the anime is doing, how it's politically, you know what I mean? Like, everything involved with it. Like, those other TCGs just don't have that. So that's why I would kind of like stay away from the other TCGs. One Piece is just different because the Netflix and then the NBA cards, and then you got the college cards, and you got the Nikes coming out. It's just so much going on that those other TCGs just don't have. Not to say they don't have rare cards in them that could be worth something one day, but they just don't have the movement behind them and the culture behind it. So that's why I would kind of like stay away from it.
Yeah, I agree. I, when I got into One Piece, I learned a lot about kind of how it's growing in society. It's becoming a massive thing. It's not like that with Lorcana. I know Yu-Gi-Oh, they're going to be doing the full art cards. That's cool, I guess, but it's just not something that I see being investable long term. And even Pokemon at this point, like we had a correction over the past 90 days. We're just starting to see some of the stuff like Sword and Shield is moving. Early block of SV era, like your 151, your Paldean Fates, Paldea Evolved. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Pokemon. It's going to be a huge year for some of that older stuff. So if you guys want to get in, like I'd recommend doing some research. Don't just listen to me, but Sword and Shield early SV block is going to be big in 2026. All right, question here too. By the way, guys, if we miss your questions, I apologize. Chat's going crazy. I'm gonna shout out one more time too. If you haven't already, links to Gerald's Instagram and YouTube, top of the video description. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. I think
Yeah, we
that's
had
doable.
seven. We had 733 at 800. We got the 800 guys. I got 733, 800.
Question: Do you all think we will see an imminent pullback, or is this freight train going to continue over the next year? I'm bullish on the rare, highest end serialized mangas, championship stuff. Yeah, I think like eventually there's going to be a correction, but I don't know when it's going to happen, right? And trying to time that's very difficult. So if you believe in One Piece, I think the play right now, at least in my opinion, is buy the best stuff and be ready to dollar cost average whatever happens, right? So that's what I'm planning to do.
My take on the correction is I see it being a correction. Everything's have a correction. I do see a correction, but like you said, you're looking at the rare stuff, the serialized stuff, the prize cards, the mangas. Those corrections, they're gonna be the corrections that everybody else is seeing. Those corrections might get a 10% pullback or 15% pullback, something you could stomach in the short term. You know what I mean? So you just gotta buy the cards that make sense, is what I'm saying. Don't just run out there and buy everything. Now, if you're a collector, collect what you like, collect what you love. If you love Zoro, collect every Zoro card you get your hands on. Just because you like the card, that's not going to affect you. The market's not going to affect you. It's not going to hurt your feelings when the prices go up and down because you love Zoro or you love Chopper or you love Boa. So if you're a collector, collect what you collect. But investment purposes wise, you gotta buy what makes sense. You got to buy the championship cards. You got to buy the serialized cards. You got to buy the low pop cards. So those things, you can stomach those little corrections.
Do you have any thoughts on the Ace Air wanted poster from
I
OP13?
love it. I pulled it, so I love it. I pulled this. I'm gonna pump it right now. My first card that I'm gonna pump. Get the Ace Eric card. Everybody, that is gonna be the next thing. $1,000,000. I'm pumping that
Did you
card.
grade it?
Yeah, I got it in there now. It's in PSA now. It's a clean copy, so hopefully I get a PSA 10.
Alrighty. Yeah, hopefully it comes. I mean, it feels like the gem rate on that's high as well. Probably somewhere around 85, 90.
I hope so, man. That's a big card. I really hope they correct it in wave two. If they correct it in wave two, then the wave one era one is just going to be so much more valuable, so much more scarce. So I'm kind of hoping. Obviously, me just being selfish for my own little collection. Forgive me, but I'm kind of hoping that they correct it and put the right era in the wave two.
What are your thoughts on pre-release stamped cards? I think you were talking about some of these being, potentially overrated. Was it the or no, that was the Luffy starter deck one, right?
The pre-release stamp card. I mean, like the pre-release winner card. I'm a fan of those, but like the little packs they give out, they got third anniversary, first anniversary, like the little packs. No, but I have one of every release winner. Like every set, I have a winner card from one all the way on to 14. I don't got it was last night, but I'm going to just buy one anyway. But the pre-release winner cards, I really like those cards, and I think those cards are rare. Everybody's not going to have those cards. You have to actually win the tournament. They're going to be low pop, so I mean, that's something I would collect. I mean, not financial advice, but I collect the pre-release winner cards. I collect them all.
Hmm. I don't really have anything to add. I'm not a huge stamp guy, so when I see stamps on cards, I get turned away. But again, that's just me. That's just my opinion. So if you like them and you think they're low popular character, could do well for sure. ASMR, what if you haven't answered this? I don't think we have. How do you feel about TCG Player increasing fees? First of all, I didn't even know they were increasing fees. Do you think this is going to push prices up to offset these fees? I would say that probably not. I mean, maybe, but this you're really getting pushed into a corner if you're a seller and you don't have your own website. So eBay fees are getting ridiculous there, especially with the new policy on like promoted listings. TCG Player, if they're raising their prices, kind of makes sense if eBay's doing it as well. But where are you gonna go if you're selling your cards? I mean, you can sell locally. You could open your own store, which is great as well. But a lot of people aren't gonna want to put in the work and set up their own website, and they're just gonna use TCG Player.
I'm not a seller at all, so like that really doesn't affect me. Like I don't even know what the fees are for like eBay or TCG Play or whatever. But when I do buy cards, I tend to like buy like off the platform. I'd rather buy on Instagram. I'd rather just get in somebody's DM, sell them the money. They're happy. They're giving me a cheaper price because I'm selling the money. They don't got to pay the fees and all that. So like all of my deals are like kind of done like on Instagram and stuff like that. So I kind of stay away from the eBay thing. Like I look around and see what's going on, but if I can get it off eBay, I would go off eBay.
Yeah, I think just most people aren't gonna. They might complain about it, but where are you gonna go, right? You just don't have other I mean, maybe like Gerald said, more people are gonna do deals on Instagram, other platforms offline. I like
Yeah,
doing it that way too if you're buying stuff because you can normally get a better price. So
definitely get a better deal. Yep, definitely get it. And they don't got to pay all those crazy fees and stuff like that. So they give you a little play on the card when you do it that way.
Sean brought this up to the SR triple stars serialized from Union Arena. Yeah, it's such a shame that Union Arena, um, the base rarity cards. I was messing with a couple booster boxes yesterday. They're so bad. It's kind of just screenshots from the game, but even the base SRs in Union Arena are beautiful. Like they have texture on them. I actually like the base SRs more in that game than I do in One Piece. And then some of the top hits are just crazy expensive, crazy beautiful. So if they fix some aspects of the game and maybe made boxes 2 hits instead of one, you might be onto something there. You don't mess with Union Arena at all, G?
Not only One Piece, not
Only
never,
One
no
Piece.
Pokemon, no Union Arena, no what they got the new one, Weiss and Gundam. And I hear about them all because at my shop, they sell everything. I hear about
Hmm.
them all, but me, it's the culture, man. You could throw the cards out the way, out the window, throw the anime, throw everything away. One Piece will be One Piece. One Piece will be One Piece.
What do you think's the top chase card right now?
I mean, everybody's after that red Luffy. You know what I mean? I think that's like the top chase card. That's life changing card. Like, you know what I mean? You can get 25 grand for it or whatever. But my top chase card, the number one card on my head, my Grail card is that first serialized Luffy card, the 700. Like that's something. Like I can get it, but I would have to give away a lot of stuff. And I'm so much of a collector. Like I gotta have everything. Like I give away a couple of the mangas, the older Sig, and then I put the Gold Diraj on, and then I put and I could get it, but I just can't give away that much for it. I just can't. I think kind of just escape me, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. That's a I personally, I think the artwork's kind of boring. You know, he's just doing one of these, but just the fact that there's only 700 of them out there.
it's the
It's
first one. Remember,
yeah.
always that it's the first serialized card, man, and it's Luffy, man, King of the Pirates, man.
Someone's wondering, more fitness, by the way. Shout out to you. Are you gonna add the serial Zoro to your collection?
It got to be a good deal. The price got to be right. Like I had a chance to get it when it first came out. Somebody offered me one for 6 grand, and I didn't know it was going to take off the way it take off. So I kind of passed on 6 grand. Nah, but some of these cars is just like I'm not going to just chase. Like I'm not going to just chase a $20,000 car just to say I have it in my collection. You know what I mean? If the price is right, the deal is right, I'll grab it. You know what I mean? But that's not like top of my list. Like I would go all out for that 700 Luffy before I go out for anything else. You know what I mean? Like the Luffy, I would like. I'll think about getting rid of some stuff, but the Zoro, I could live without it. Nice card, fire card, but some of these things just come out the gate just too expensive. Like some of these things that come out the gate $10,000. Like that new Luffy that's coming out, that Gear 5 Luffy serial
Yeah.
card. Oh god, that card gonna be insane.
Do you know how much the Zoro's going for now? I actually haven't paid attention to it.
I think them things like 15, like 12, like
Wow.
12K, 15. Them things is up there. Them things is up there, up there.
Expensive, man. Very expensive. Question. I heard about the Admiral Collection Volume 1 coming out on January 16th. Do you think there'll be any serial cards included in it? I haven't heard anything about this. Do you know about
I
the
really
Admiral
don't
Collection?
know if they're gonna have serial cards in it or not. I mean, that's something you probably could like go on Bandai's site or maybe Google it, but I'm pretty sure you could find that out. But I really don't know if they're gonna be serialized cards in it. But I would get it though, you know. All those little anniversary sets and volume ones and volume twos, I would get them all.
I think that's good advice. Like I missed on some of those too. Just anything now that has nice promos in them and you can get it cheap, I would say it's a buy for sure. Especially
Definitely.
because Bandai just doesn't they don't reprint those, right? They do their
Nah,
wave one and
oh, that's it.
yeah. I think we're almost actually no, we're not. We're getting close to the bottom. I thought we were caught up on chat. We're still about 30 minutes behind. Question here. What do you think about serialized cards? I think we already took that one. Serial in general is yeah, good for sure. I like him. Ed Belfour was mid. I agree. You know, like it was just the fact that it was like whenever I got my first pack of cards as a kid, Ed Belfour in a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey was the first card I pulled. And look, I'm from BC, okay? Other side of the country. My whole life has been ruined because I opened that one pack of cards and now I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan for life. So just cooked. Let's see. Looking for questions. This is a good one from Jolly. What is your favorite set, regardless of value?
Favorite set for me. You want to go first, or you want me to answer it?
You can go. Yeah, you can go if you
I like
know.
I like '09. To be honest with you, I like '09. I like the wanted posters in '09. Those are some of my favorite cards. The wanted posters in '09. I like that set.
Yeah, I think wow. There's so many good options. I would say I really like the SPs in OPO6. The buggy. I mean, I need to get that card eventually. That one's awesome. The Miss All Sunday is
Miss
beautiful.
Sunday, yeah.
That was the first set too, I think, yeah, where the SPs they weren't boring in my opinion. I really hate this and I'll take it to the grave when they just slap a character in the middle of the card and they do a textured background. I'm not interested in those. It doesn't do anything for me. But
Gotcha.
buggy where he's got his hands up, the all the jewels and stuff in the background. So cool.
Yeah,
So any
I know.
type of SP like that, I'm a fan of.
I love that Sanji one when he like floating in the air. I think that's OP 10 or 11. I'm not sure which one, but the Sanji SP is like a beautiful SP. I think it's the same set with the new gate though. The new gate that you like, I think it came out of
Oh,
that.
Royal Blood.
Yeah,
Is he
man.
floating in that one though?
Man, that
Let's
Sanji
see.
SP is a beautiful card.
This one?
Which one? I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Let me go here.
Yeah, I
This one?
love that card. I love that SP right there, man.
By the way, someone told me this popped off, so it kind of has over the past, let's see,
Yeah, man.
has it been
Beautiful.
a month? Yep. Yeah, when these were like $50, it kind of just seemed inevitable that
Yeah.
some of these SPs would pop. And there you go, like 150 recent sales. One today at 125, but um, beautiful artwork. I mean, it makes sense to me that it's over $100 now. I think it was
And
only
it's
a matter of
Sanji
time.
too, man. That's a beautiful card. And it's Sanji. Like I was surprised how undervalued that card was. Like that, like I was shocked to see how cheap that car was at one time.
I think just in general, like, I know I bash Royal Blood all the time just because there isn't a huge top chase, which even still the law's getting close to 1,000, but the SPs in this set I think are great because it's kind of the same thing. They're more illustrations going on. It's not just a character in the middle, textured background. So I love them.
And I think the first event manga came out on that set too. Wasn't like what Divine Departure or something like
Divine
that. I think the
Departure.
first one. I think that's the first event manga that ever came out. That yeah,
It's in around $65 too now.
yeah.
Fairly expensive. And again, guys, you could have bought this for, let's see, I'm curious, around $35 in the summer. So even
Yeah.
something like that's been on a run. I think we had another super chat come in here too. Um, Alan Wong again, thank you for the super chat. What about the Royal Blood Gear 4 Luffy parallel? So I imagine he's talking about this one right here. What do you think about this card?
I love all the SEC all arts, all of them, especially Luffy. Go get every single SEC all art of Luffy you could get. Those cards, they're gonna be something in the future. But I love the card. I love the artwork though. I like the which one is it? The PRBO one, EBO one, the one
I
he's
think I
holding
know
up his hand like this. I forgot which one. The one he's holding up his hand. I love that card. I forgot what set it was. It could be PRBO two or something like that. But I
the
love
Gear
those.
5, the Gear 5 pose.
I think it's no, he's holding up his hand in one of them. I forgot which
Hmm.
card it was, man. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
but to your credit, I mean, you said earlier in the live stream the secret rare alt arts, go pick them up.
the
So,
secret. Go get them. Go get them.
yeah. Yeah, no coincidence for bringing this up. I think that this was probably undervalued. I mean, I definitely slept on this. You could have bought it sub $10 in the summer. So
Exactly.
now that
Now what
it's
they going for now?
70
Yep.
$70
And
approximately, 75.
it's going to go up more than that. They're going to go up more than that. Cause remember, like it's so new. Like they are like Pokemon got 100 million sets. I mean, well, we got 17 sets altogether with the EBs and the PR. So it's just it's so scarce. You just got to buy them up.
I will say though, I will say if we have a correction, guys, generally this is what happens in other TCGs. So maybe it won't apply in One Piece. I'm banking on it applying. The cards like this that tend to, have incredible runs during the boom, they tend to get hit a little bit harder. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't classify this as an A tier or S tier card. This
not
is
a
probably going to be a low A tier, B tier. These tend to get hit fairly hard during correction, so just be aware of that.
nah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Another super chat came in as well, again from ASMR Card Pack Openings. Jay Blaze wants to know a question: what OP box do you think will be the best investment for under $350?
Under 350. Where's
Under
13 right
350. The 13's like 530, I think. Let me go
now?
back here.
Yeah, that's the best, man. Under 350. Like, I don't, ain't too much going on under 350 to be honest with you. Like, you can't get over
Yeah,
809. Like you want the best of both worlds. You want good price and good set. That's hard.
I was gonna say OP11, but this is now up to like
That'd be a good set.
$450.
Oh, that's a great set for three, but it's not 350 no more. How about PRBO2? Where that's at right now?
Yeah, I think PRBO2 is probably going to be your best shout under 350 right now.
Yeah, that's the
It's
way to
about
go.
325.
Yeah, that would be the way to go for 350.
Yeah, I
But
would agree.
I mean, I would probably throw the extra $50 on it and go with the OP11 though.
I think it's close. Yeah, I think it's close. You could go either way.
Yeah,
I I think the value's there in OP11 if you could get it for 4, but if I think it's getting closer to 5 too. So, if you
yeah,
can find it for 4,
right.
sure, but if it's if you're picking up PRBO2, you might still be able to find this at like 3, And 3 to 5, that's a fairly big difference.
Even case wise, I think that's the best play right now. Case wise, I think PRBO2 is the best play case wise.
I'll say too, look, well, Jay Blaze, first of all, sorry for missing your question, man. Like the chat's crazy. We'll shill PRBO2 for you a little bit in case you're buying your box right now. I think I think the opening experience of PRBO2 is absolutely cracked. Like the fact you can get 5 hits and a foil Dawn out of a box of 20 packs is amazing. So I love opening these premium boosters. You get an SR in every pack as well, whereas, in a regular box you're getting one of those in every 3 packs or so. So, yeah. Great opening experience. It reminds me of Crown Zenith if you guys have been around Pokemon where you're just always getting a pull. Love it. Huge fan.
Copy. Yeah, I love PRBO as well. I love it as well. I love that Gum Gum Giant up there in the top left. Love that card right there.
Beautiful card. This is getting like up there in price, like 800 plus recent sales.
I bought it out the gate. I knew what it was going to be. Pre-release, the price was like 450. That's how I take it. Like
And
I just bought it
you have
at
a
four.
Sanji too, right?
Yeah, I have the Sanji as well too. Yeah, those one of those ones you just gotta buy. Like the set is just so scarce; it's not going to be reprinted. Some of those cards you just gotta buy and just get it and just do it. You know?
Do you have a cross guild?
Nah, I want one of those though.
I love this card, man. I need to get on it and just get one of these. And if I don't, it's gonna be more expensive when I want to go pick it up in the future. I just
Yeah,
feel it.
it will be. Sometimes you gotta just grab it. If you know you want it, you just gotta just grab it. You know?
100%. Um, let's see. There's so many questions. So many questions. Let's take this one from Tef. Tef's always a good supporter of the stream. Appreciate you, Tef. What are both y'all thoughts on Riftbound? I myself see growth. I myself see growth into a TCG right behind OP TCG. What do you think about Riftbound? Have you paid attention to it at all?
I don't. I hear the name all the time. I know some big players out in the California area who are saying don't sleep on it. So I know some people that's like big in the game. They're saying don't sleep on it. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some potential there. I'm pretty sure it's something there, but I'm just not. If it ain't One Piece, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think there could be something there, but again, I haven't had time to look into basically any other TCG. I took a little dabble at Union Arena, and Riftbound will probably be next kind of research topic, but still haven't got around to that, unfortunately. What do you got to say about this? When G's wife finds out the entire collection already worth a house, he gonna become a seller real quick.
She know. I think she's picking up. I think she's catching on though. After the
This
after the chasing cardboard video, Ty, y'all made me hot, man. Wifey didn't know what was going on over there. Y'all blew me up, man, with this card thing, man. Now wifey full aware what's going on now.
I actually have a question though. I'm really lucky. Like my wife's supportive as well of cards, but uh, just in terms of you starting your collection, was she on board with it? Cool with you collecting cards and everything?
To be honest with you, in the beginning, I was buying cards within my budget. Like in the beginning, I was buying like $400 cards. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't get to like when I started buying the Gear 5 mangas, when I started paying 2,900 for cards. And then when I started buying a Gold Roger for 5,000, then she started looking at me like a little crazy. And I was kind of like hiding those too. Like now I can brag about it. Yeah, I bought a car for 5,000, but now we're 15,000. Now I can brag about it. But then I was kind of like hiding those kind of purchases from her. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but now she's like 100% on board. She knows what's going on. She see from where we started to where we at now. So now I could be like, I want to buy a $75,000 Luffy card. She's like, go ahead, baby, go get it. Like now she's on board 100%. But in the beginning, though, some of the purchases was like a little extreme, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, One Piece is the modern gold rush. Love it. Opinionated.
Love it, man. Love it.
I think G was the first pioneer, bringing everyone over from the sports card world. So
Man,
we're
I
booming.
appreciate it, man. The sports car world, boy, they was on me in the beginning, boy. I needed y'all then when that video dropped. But now they kind of like, oh my God, yo, you saw, you had the foresight, this, and that. So now they kind of give me my flowers a little bit. I went to a sports car show today because I knew a guy that owned it. And they actually got me a box of OPO4. He's able to get me one. So when I picked it up, I came in there and he was like, gee, man, I thought you was crazy, man. But he said, you don't seem that crazy now.
They're carrying One Piece in their store?
Now they sell One Piece. And they
That's
all
awesome.
sport. It was all sports cards, and now they sell it One Piece. They said everybody's calling, everybody's asking for it. They said the Pokemon slowed down. They said everybody's asking for it.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. And how are you doing, man? It's coming from Lofty.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Every time I wake up in the morning, I see Grayson telling me how good my cards are doing and how good my silver product is doing.
You're gonna hate me when things change and
Oh,
those lines start going down.
I love it, man. I'm feeling good, man.
Man, any day I get to wake up healthy, my family's healthy, it's a good day. So yeah,
Roger
you know,
that.
I'm
Roger.
doing good as well. How many subs are you at, by the way? I'm curious because we
Yeah,
said
man,
we were gonna
we
go
gotta
for an
get
hour. It's been
we
an
gotta get
hour. We should probably
800.
wrap up.
You got me a lot though. We at 743,
There you
57
guys
more,
go.
and I'll be the happiest guy on earth, man. 57 more, I'll be the happiest guy on earth.
I mean, I do have some stuff to do, so I think we could probably go another 15 minutes,
Yeah, whatever you
340,
do, man. I'm on
540.
your
Cool.
time. Like I said, I'm honored to be here, man. I appreciate you, man.
We're gonna have to do this again, 100%.
Definitely, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Watching from Germany, Luis. Appreciate you watching from Germany, man. It's getting late over there. It's probably midnight plus at this point.
Shout out to Germany, man. Appreciate you joining us.
Let's
I
see what
need
else
you.
we
I
got
need
in here.
Germany. I need you to follow me. I want my followers outside of the United States to grow, man. Germany, I need you to go on that YouTube and subscribe to that YouTube.
There you guys go. First link in the description at One Piece G. That's where you got to be to learn the ABC. Okay, no, I'm not.
Can
Question.
people put where they at in the thing, like who's
Yeah,
following
for
your
sure.
country? Put your flag. I want to see your flag. If you from wherever you from, I'll put your flag in the comments. I want to see
Let's
where
go.
our viewers are coming from.
We got someone watching from Alaska. That's cool.
Shout out to Alaska. It's cold out there, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, 100%, man. God, I feel bad to anyone who has to live in Alaska during winter time, but I guess you get used to it.
How's the One Piece market in Alaska? Are there stores out there, or like can you get product out there, or the pre-releases out there? Like how do you get into the One Piece all the way in Alaska?
That's a good question, actually. Real good question. Couple people from Canada.
Canada, okay.
Hey,
I see
all
you.
right,
I see you, Canada.
represent. Apparently, it's 1:27 a.m. in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. Or are you in Germany? 10
I
hours?
think that's Greece. What flag is that? I think that's Greece.
FI. Oh, that might be Finland, actually. I can't see the thing in StreamYard, but okay, that makes sense. FI.
Man, so people watch from all over the world, man. There's just
Hey,
One Piece
Kelowna,
thing
BC,
global, man.
Okanagan. There you
Okay,
go.
Canada. We got Canada.
Philippines,
Philippines. We like it.
Belgium. All right,
Belgium.
let's go.
Respect to
There,
Belgium.
Scotland as well.
Man, this is beautiful, man. To see this thing all over the world is beautiful, man. Australia, we love you, Australia, man.
Yeah, lots of people coming in from Europe. Finland,
Finland,
lots of
Finland,
Finns. Holy
Finland.
shit.
Let's go.
PT, I'm guessing that's
I need my
Portugal.
international following, both of us, my international players. Let's go. I need you on my YouTube, man. We gotta get this thing global. Who else we got in there?
SEA, Southeast Asia. I'm guessing Seattle. Afghanistan. Okay, no. Now, Gary, are
Afghanistan.
you actually there? You
Afghanistan in the
actually in
building. Let's
Afghanistan?
go. Let's go. Man, we global, man.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu
Hmm.
Dhabi.
Washington, Spokane. There you go, man.
Let's go.
Greece.
Greece.
Shout out Greece one time.
Best place I've been in my life, man. Santorini, Greece. I love it.
Santorini, underrated
Yeah.
for sure. I went to Athens for 4 days as a kid, and it was cool.
I
It
was the
was
Acropolis.
cool.
Nice, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. They were doing construction though, so there's so much metal up and stuff too, which I understand why they gotta always do some
Yeah. I went
repair
out.
work to it,
There
but
was a restaurant like right across the street from the Acropolis. At night, the view was just like beautiful, man. It was a great, great spot. All right,
do you have
man.
a favorite waifu?
The favorite waifu? I mean, everybody loves Nami. You know what I mean? But I like Boa's cards. Like I like the art on Boa's cards probably a little better, you know. But
Hmm.
Nami's the fan favorite though. But I like Boa's stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think either of them are cool.
Yeah,
I like Nami. Important character too to the story, 100%. So
yeah, definitely.
Cuba in the house as well. We'll take yours
Uba,
after.
Uba.
Cuba. Havana. No, okay. What truly sold me on One Piece was seeing people wave the flags at protests all around the world. Yeah, man, 100%.
Yep, same with me too. That's what did it
Hmm.
for me too. Same with me. When I seen that, I said, "This ain't no TCG." I said, "This ain't no game. This ain't no anime." When I seen that, I seen people risking their lives, putting their lives on the line, standing in front of tanks and military. I said, this thing big. I gotta find out what this thing is all about." So I really love what One Piece stands for, man. And that's what, like I
I know a
said, those
lot of people.
don't have that.
I know a lot of people don't agree with me when I say this, but I feel like there's a lot of carryover between the story in One Piece and what's going on in real life right now. You know, you got a
Right.
world government, oppressive world government. People just want to be free, do their own thing. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people can relate to that in real life.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. I love that comment, man. I love that comment.
Let's see what else we got here. By the way, guys, if you have any more questions, leave them in chat. Put question in front. We'll answer a couple more, then we'll get out of here. And we'll 100% have to do this again. Question. Why not so hyped about the waifu sec race? And in 10 years, the weaves will... Look, I I think it's going to be a very good set. I just think that, and this was always my position, when it was initially announced, you had some people hopping on the train saying it was going to be like the best set, right? It was going to be top of S tier, it was going to be high A tier, whatever. I think people just need to temper their expectations. That's why I always said it was overrated. I still think it's going to be very good. Those are going to be expensive cards and expensive boxes.
My take on it is an EBO3. I don't care if it's waifu. I don't care who's in it. I don't care what set. It's an EBO3 set. It's a short printed set. So for the collector in me, it's like EBO3. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Have you pre-ordered any?
Nah, I haven't pre-ordered anything because I usually my local guy. I usually have boxes, good stuff over
They
there.
hook you up?
Now through this thing, I met people now where I can actually get stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I still don't have any pre-ordered, but I'm hoping. Seems like your wife loves Santorini too.
That's it, man. We had a great time there. We gotta do it again, baby. We gotta do it again.
Do you enjoy ripping One Piece opening packs?
I love ripping One Piece. I love it. Thanks to this guy here now, I don't rip as much. I got cases and boxes now up in the room, man. But I used to rip everything. Rip, 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 rip. Chasing the manga. I'm not looking at I'm looking at the back card. Nope, look at the back card. It's just going. But this guy here had the wheels turning a little bit. I said, you know what, let me play around with the seal thing a little bit. It just pan it out for real.
Yeah, man. I still love opening packs too. And I've said this multiple times, like I love opening One Piece more than Pokemon, which for me is a big deal. So,
Yeah. I don't know too much about Pokemon, but one of my good friends, Dean, he's big into One Piece and he was massive into Pokemon. He said ripping Pokemon is like burning money. He said the hit rate is absolutely horrible in Pokemon. So I don't know if it's true. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's true. He's not going to lie to me, but that's what I got out of Pokemon. Like the hit rate is like horrible. Like, you just burning money.
yeah, I mean, it depends on the set, right? But for something like Prismatic Evolutions, pulling an SIR, like it's 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,500 packs for a specific one. So, yeah, it can be tough for sure trying to get some of the top chases.
Yeah.
Let's see. Question. Does he think the pre-errata Luffy from Romance Dawn is the most obvious and clear equivalent to the Charizard First Edition base set card?
Um, I really don't like. Nobody really knows. Like nobody really knows. Like you know, what I mean, Luffy's the fan favorite, so yeah, we could say that, but you just don't know. Like I would think I would probably say yes though. That prayer out of Luffy, I would probably say that. It's a low pop count. It's Luffy. You know, it's an error card. It's the first set. It's the blue bottom set. So I would say yeah. You know what I mean? I would have to say yes on that one.
Yeah, for me, I don't even have an answer for it. Like it could be one of a lot of cards.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
never know, man. You know, you just never know. Like the market is going to say that in time we're going to find out. Like we'll know in 10 years if Chopper really is the Pikachu, or if Boa is better than Nami. Like nobody really knows just now. You know.
is your wife a fan of One Piece?
Now she is now. Like she knew nothing about One Piece now, but when she see me watching One Piece, she like when I first was going to the locals, what the hell is wrong with you? Because we come from the Bronx, we when I first went to the locals, she's like, where you going? What the hell is wrong with you? Like she didn't know what was coming along, but now she's on board with it though.
Hmm. Yeah, my wife, she kind of likes it too. Like she'll watch a few episodes here and there, but definitely not as in deep as I am with One Piece at this point, which is fine
She
too.
do the live action thing more than the anime thing. Like the live action, she sit there and watch that. The anime thing, she really can't get into too much, but the live action, she go watch that.
Time will tell. Nobody knows. 100%.
Nobody knows. Nobody. That's when you see these guys pumping cards on YouTube and buy this now and buy that now. Like nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. If they was really
Hmm.
that much conviction, they would have 20 copies of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's. I don't want
See,
to go
you
off
put your
on
money where
people.
your mouth is. You put your money where your mouth is. When you believe in a set, you're literally saying, "I'm ordering 2 cases tomorrow." Like I'm ordering. Like you put your money where your mouth is. These guys are just pumping product just for content and just for views, and the thumbnail will say, "Buy this now, or it's going to be too late." Like you know what I mean? Like I don't tell people what cards to buy neither. Like when I get questions, like I'll say, get rare cards, get SPs, get mangas. I'm not going to tell nobody to go buy this card or that card because nobody really knows. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's like you can't tell nobody to go buy a card.
Yeah, I don't want to go nuclear on people, but I think a lot of people who do YouTube in the investing space, whether it's Pokemon investing, One Piece investing, a lot of them are full of shit, man. They don't actually have what they say they have.
I'm glad you
And
said.
yeah, I mean that's why like, when I'm doing the Cardboard Kingpin series once a month now, I think most people watching know like they can see behind me I have stuff, but if anything's ever in doubt, like I can always and I will happily prove that I have the stuff I have. Like I don't like the fact that people are trying to chase money and they're just saying like buy this, buy that. Like
Yeah,
if you really believe in something, and even too, there'll be people in my comment section who will tell me like Royal Blood's undervalued. It's underrated. Like Royal Blood's gonna be a $300 box. How much do you own then? How
yeah,
much do you own? Like if
oh,
you really believe that shit, you better have cases stacked
yeah,
to the ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
oh. Same thing like with me with my sports cards. Like I put my money where my mouth is. I got rid of all of it. I believed in it. Like you know what I mean. Like when you believe, it's cool to think something, but to actually have the balls to do it is a whole different ball game. You know.
I think that's why so many people resonated with you going on chasing cardboard too, because you were in. Like you were showing what you had. You had 100% conviction.
Yeah, man. So I believed in it, and that's it. Like a lot of these YouTubers, man. Like I just see the thumbnail, I just can't believe what they're saying. This is going diabolical. I had him buy this now. You want this card now? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you'll have somebody who don't know better just really go blindly just buy cards. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like most people are kind of smart. Like you can figure out who's kind of full of it, you know. Especially if you're looking behind them and they don't really have any gas cards or big boxes like and I get it too. Like some people they want to be super private, but you can kind of tell. That's just my take.
Definitely, definitely.
Jolly's asking what's the sub count at now?
Oh, there you
Do we
go.
get
The
there?
sub count on here is 759.
759 guys. Let's get it at least to
We
760.
got
We
10
do have
more
to close
minutes,
out
guys. We
here.
got 10 more minutes. Give me 20 more subscriptions. We got 10 minutes, man. We got 10 minutes.
Man, we gotta I mean, if you ever need help too, setting up the YouTube and stuff, like I'll I'll help you get going, man. I think you could do so much cool content.
Nah,
And
but I'm definitely gonna hold you to that, man. I appreciate that too. Like even like setting this thing up here, like I'm not tech savvy at all. I don't know none of this stuff. So maybe we could get on the line and maybe we could just, help me do this StreamYard thing and stuff like that though. But I'm gonna give it a shot though, maybe try doing different things or whatever. I really want to
100%.
do a podcast, you know what I mean? I also want to like I want to live stream with like One Piece players, and I want to like play them like live. Like the players can actually come in and we get a game together. We could play the game against each other and stuff like that. Just anybody from anywhere, like all over the world, like Australia and Finland. Like these guys, we could just get on and play the game against each other and just have fun like that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be
Yeah,
dope. We did have a new super chat come in too. I should take this.
let's get
From
it.
Solid. Thoughts on the Chinese exclusive One Piece cards?
If it's exclusive, get it. If there's Chinese and English, get the English. But if it's a Chinese exclusive, get it. You know,
Well said.
that's
Yep.
that's my on that.
Question 2 from Bunkai. Y'all aren't scared of reprints at all? At some point, Bandai will have to ramp up their printers at full gear because it's the most successful TCG. So I, based on what I know now and what I've heard from people who may know something, who knows, I think the older stuff is safe. And going forward, that might be where Bandai changes their print runs and ups them. But even stuff that's like a year old at this point, I think we might never see more of it.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree. But I do also, after what happened with 13, now they know they have buyers for their product. Now they know how scarce it is. Now they know the demand. So now they're going to have the confidence to just print it and print it and print it. So we will see some printed stuff. You know what I mean? We will.
It's the same thing after OPO5, like '06, '07. Those pop counts for the BOA, the Zoro, they're fairly high, right? And that kind of tells us that they printed a decent amount. And even '08, like that's why I said Two Legends is dead money, just because there were so many boxes out there. Now, who could have predicted the run we went on? But still, like compared to everything else, it
I
hasn't
put
performed
out
as well.
in the comments one time. I said, "You told me it was dead money." I have busted chops in one of the comments one time when it came to one of those boxes.
I will say though, like, you know, you have to be smart about things to invest in because, like, sure, it's up 100%, but at the same time period, everything else that's top tier is up like 200, 300%. So
Got you,
it's
got you, got you. I bust,
that's the game there, guys. Like, you got to be in the top stuff 100%.
no doubt. But
Hmm.
yeah, man, I didn't think about this seal stuff at all, man, until I started watching your videos. Even when I first started watching the video, I'm still like, man, these guys still messing with seal stuff. What's wrong with these guys? But now, as I see you going over these sets, like, you know what I mean? And they're just going up and then going up, and then you giving the right data, and then you talk about like top value. I'm like, damn, he might be on to something. And then you were saying something about OP13, go all out, go grab it. I just made sure I got 2 cases. I said, you know what, let me just do it. It just panned out like, I mean, really panned out.
Yeah. Yeah, OP13, I mean, that was I can't believe Bandai gave us a set that deep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Damn.
They
I'm so itching to rip one of those cases, man. I just can't do it though. I'm just itching to rip one of those cases, man. I might do it for
I think
content.
it'd be so much
I might
fun.
do it for content one day. Maybe like 3, 4 years. If it's like 10 grand and 15 grand, I might just rip one just for content one day. See what we can get.
100%. Be
Shit,
fun.
Red Luffy.
Then you'll get like a a $50 SP and a $20 all. It happens though. It happens. All
Yeah.
right, let's see. We got a couple more questions in here. Dream collab next for One Piece. What do you guys think?
A dream collab.
I'm
Uh,
curious what the chat has to say too about this.
Me personally, I would like to see a World Cup. I would like to see a Messi, like a Ronaldo. I would like to see like a World Cup collab.
I think that'd be dope. That would really be, you know, next level if they could get the World Cup on board. That'd be
Yeah.
fire.
Oh my God, that'd take it to a whole nother level. That would take it to a whole nother level. Is this thing true or rumor about like Nike and One Piece? I see that sometime on Instagram. Is that rumor or that's like a real thing? Or that's just like somebody making that up?
I don't think anything's confirmed. I feel like they're very tight-lipped when it comes to what they're actually doing, but I could be wrong about that too. I'm not as plugged into a lot of the rumors going on as maybe some other people.
But that would be like huge, huge, huge. If Nike and One Piece got together, that would like take it to a whole nother level.
Hmm.
What do you think
Yeah,
about what do you think about collab? What would you like to see?
we're gonna end on this. We're gonna end on this. I would love to see a promo that would give me wings. That's
Wayne,
all I'm gonna say.
got you. Okay,
If we can get a promo that feels like I have wings, gives me wings, yeah, that's what
okay.
I want to see.
Bandai, you
And
listening?
alrighty, guys, we're gonna end it here. Again, Gerald, thank you for coming on. Again, links to Gerald's YouTube and Instagram, top of the video description. Go give him a subscription. Honestly, guy's the goat. Just spent 2.5 hours talking to us. So,
It was
uh,
my
yeah.
pleasure, man.
Anything else you want to say?
It was my pleasure, man. I appreciate you, all you guys taking your time out to watch. All you guys across seas, all these countries up different times of the night. We appreciate it. Grayson, I appreciate you. All the work you've been putting in, man. And we'll be in touch again. We'll be in touch soon.
For sure. Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the live stream. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. We'll catch you in the next one.